I think y'all can hear me. Okay, he said I'm the only one on stream. I know. What's poppin', y'all? So I'm trying to fix some stuff. How y'all doing, everybody? So I am restream. I'm testing something out today, so don't get it twisted. Chat disconnected. They say the game has to be one of the best so far. Not gonna lie, I don't know what's the hate about. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see. Transition. Okay. Let me get out of studio mode. There's a lot of things people don't like about the game, bro. Like, I'm turning the music down a little bit, but there's a lot of stuff people just generally don't like about sparking. And that's the thing. A lot of people just like, okay, because here's my stance before we start. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say before I get solid in the call, before we start talking about sparking and stuff like that. This not gonna be the most professional podcast, but I just want to do a quick talk. I just have some different content creators come on and speak their thoughts. Oh, thank you for the subscribe, much love. Yeah, it ain't doing the right one right now, but I do want to just talk to y'all about the game. I can hear you, bro. The accent, in the other hand, I can hear you, bro. The accent, in the other hand, so what accent? What accent do I have? I don't know. I never heard that. Like, me having an accent. So, I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while. Like, I've been so inconsistent with Twitch. So, yes, I do apologize if it ain't popping over here on either platforms. I'm not really a streamer. I was like, what you mean the accent? But, this is just my, thank you for the subscribe. I don't have my alerts on for this. So, that's what I need, because I can't hear nothing. Log in with YouTube. Hold on. See if I can fix everything. Okay. Alerts, widgets. Let's see if we get this working. Preview. And then I'm gonna hit a test something. They say a lot of people only like Tenkaichi based on nostalgia and what they heard instead of actually playing it. Nah, you good, homie? You sound right. Okay. Yeah, I feel you, Shannon. That's a big thing with the game. Like, I'm getting so many different people to talk about it. Hey, thank you, Vera. What's poppin'? Yo, how you doing, sis? I'm doing this podcast. It's gonna get chaotic, so I'm like, yo, I'm bracing myself for the chaotic activities. Happy 9 months, my brother. Just saying how well ever. Thank you. Much love. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much for coming out and popping that sub on me. Thank you so much. Why is it not walking, Twitch? Hold on, you see something. Is it muted? Okay, there we go. I was like, hello? Much love, much love. I appreciate it. That is my sister. That's my sister from another mother. So I love Vera. She has done so much for me this year. If y'all don't know, thank you for subscribing. A lot of y'all are constantly subscribing still, which I really do appreciate it. He said people that hate the game because of skill issue. There's a lot of mixed opinions on sparking. We gonna talk about it, okay? So that's my thing. Before we get started, no, you don't gotta delete y'all messages. Like I want this stream to be say however you feel, even if it's wild or somebody gets on you about it. It's just a reaction thing. We not hating on you or gonna be mad at you about it. So much love with the emote. A lot of subs on YouTube. Wow, what did I upload? I mean, I still got sparking videos trickling in, but I'm getting ready in a few minutes to get ready for this. So I'm gonna tell people, man, this shit do not work when I want it to work. It don't want to work. It don't want to work. It didn't want to work. Nah, it didn't want to work. Let me see. Hold on. Hey, this is the first time I actually ever listened to the Dolph theme song. This shit hidden. He said, this game is so fun. The cheese is vicious. I play single battle and train with a buddy on X. People just play rank too much. Okay, I like that. I like that take. What's up, KWR Gamer? What's popping? So I just tweeted that out. So, I think the game is fine, personally. Let me see what people are saying before I set up one more thing. It said the game is fun. It needs nerfs for fusions and meta characters and bug fixes, more game modes and customization. Everything else is good. We need Chi-Chi. I'm a Chi-Chi believer, y'all. Even if you don't look at the game with the previous games in mind, it still has issues. Nothing too damaging, but noticeable. Exactly. He says Sparking Zero is the best fan always. Yep, I feel it. I vibe. The message I sent didn't make sense after reading again. That's why I deleted it. Oh, I get it. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I completely understand how you feel about that. Yeah. But we're finna get ready to go to this talk. I'm just waiting on my homie to get ready, and then we're gonna get into it. So let me try something. I'm gonna try to fix something while we here. Okay, so that's good. We can mute ECT, right? Okay. And what was I about to say? So y'all still see me? What's up, CPO Rings? What's popping? So the music's still there. That's good. Okay, y'all can see the ECT throwdown. Shout out to East Coast throwdown for this. I'll link the video, but this is the tournament. So hopefully y'all see this. Y'all got some B-roll going on. Yeah. What's up, Rings? What's popping? One more time, can everybody hear? I'm waiting for Super 17 to come. I like to see some changes, but really enjoying the game. My favorite fighting game in years. What makes it your favorite fighting game? I want to know. Is it the Dragon Ball aspect? Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me see. I'm just trying to get a few stuff done here. Let me see. Just score reactive. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay. There are a bunch of issues with the game right now, but none of it's about balance. Controls are fucked up and the save file bug hasn't been addressed. Yes, exactly. He said the rage quitting problem is just and it's more noticeable because more people bought the game up front. I understandably feel that. I feel that in this game, no, like too many people are rage quitting. And when I noticed day one before the game, even early access, people were like, I'm rage quitting, I'm leaving. That's lame as hell to me. It used to make me so hot. I used to get so mad when I saw that. That's why I tweeted that. I was like, yo, Dragon Ball is hard. Like, it's a popular IP. As someone who has not played Sparking Zero and does not plan on buying it, it is not dying. Every fighting game loses 90% of its player base after a month. A lot of different games do. Exactly. Fuck exactly. That's exactly what I mean by that. You get it. I don't think fighting games ever, like if Steam charts show 2 people on, that don't mean the game dead, bruh. That's what I mean by that. He said, let me see what I'm saying. What's good? What's up, Zeru? What's popping? Thank y'all to the 18 people on YouTube. Much love to y'all. Much love. I don't stream a lot on YouTube. I'm trying to find a schedule to stream again. I really ain't been streaming, to be honest with y'all. I usually am an early morning streamer. So around this time, you will probably never see me stream unless I'm playing a game. But I'm just trying to find a perfect schedule for me that I can feel like I can stream the best way I can. That's just usually where it is. Streaming's hard when I like making videos a lot. So, let's see if he's ready. Know when you're ready. Go to More Important Matters. I watched Arcane Season 2 first 3 episodes. We watched first 2 before this. We stopped because I'm doing the stream. My guy, number 1 Cammy. What's poppin', Myth? I'll be back on Multiverses tomorrow. We say if they bring a Rele to the game, she might be banned from tournaments and she might be the most OP character. We don't know yet. Well, a lot of characters people thought was broken was gonna be here, but yeah, it ain't really starting until another few minutes. I'm just waiting to see like whenever Justice ready. I'm bringing on a Tenkaichi 2 pro player to ask some questions. Well, even the definition of a dead game, because Steam DB shouldn't be the metric, especially for fighting game. Exactly, I think that's dumb as hell to do. Like real rap, it pisses me off when people bring that whole this game dead argument into fighting games a lot. It's like very ignorant, low key to me. Yeah. It's a lot of copyright reasons why they can't port over the music. Man, I'm gonna be 60 years old when they add Static Shock. Static Shock is a complicated IP. I feel like they treat him weird because of his licensing rights. Okay, so yeah. I should call, and then I'm gonna call the other people in a few minutes. So. They say, I kind of want to get in an actual discussion, but I need to finish this sponsor. Yeah, finish your sponsor video, bro. That's money. Yeah. No, I already made it locked off to 10 people. Because I already know how you are. Like, your perspective on it. I want more people's perspective on it than just how I feel. Because personally, I think nowadays, like, people weren't going to be able to hang with Tenkaichi to begin with. Like, if you, like... Obviously, there's a lot of bull crap and cheese in the game and stuff like that. My problem is that, like, you got the player base that accepts, like, okay, I got hit with a fucking boom, boom, boom super. But there's the other part of the community that's like, man, like, I hate this. Also, you tried Killer Within? Yes, I have. I'm not a big fan of Killer Within. Wait, Killer Within? I don't know if that's Killer is Dead game, if that's what you're talking about. Not sure. He say, what's good, auntie? What's good? That's so gas. Every time you say that, I just laugh. So, and they did the 2SKO trailer. I didn't even like 2SKO that much, but I am playing her. Yep, I did a reaction to it on YouTube. My 2XKO reaction. Don't know if y'all seen it. Have you watched Dragon Ball Daima? I have watched Dragon Ball Daima, and I am like 50% like in the midst of like I like it, and then I be falling asleep. Every I think 3 out of the 5 episodes I fell asleep on twice. Oh, Killer Within. Yes, Death Note is amazing. He's talking about Death Note. Yeah, my brain literally thinking of horror gaze. For the next 2 skill players, I need another code from you. No, you don't. If you already got into it, you don't need another one. Who playing on modern controls? Wait, you talking about the turd a bit? I don't know. People that learn standard, you know. Oh, you want me to show y'all something before we get on? Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something before we start the stream. Shout out to Bandai, right? But they sent me the Death Notes Killer Within box. I'll show y'all this at a later date. Y'all won't see what's in there, but that's the coolest shit I ever got from them. I ain't gonna lie. The stuff that's in yeah. But I'm about to call. So this is what we're gonna do, y'all. Now that I'm here, I'm bringing on his name used to be Just Trash, right? Yes, a later date. His name is Just Trash, but he goes by Just Solid now. You probably see him in the YouTube side of the chat or on the text up here, right? Do you like to read manga? I love manga. One of my favorite manga is Tokyo Ghoul. I love the Tokyo Ghoul manga adaptation. Right now I'm currently reading Bleach for the first time. And another thing is Aharu no Sora. Yeah. Akame ga Kill is really dope in the manga. I hate the anime. But I'm gonna bring on what Just Solid in here. Don't remind me of my old username. I understand, but I'm gonna bring you in. So I'm gonna call you right now on Discord. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go pull the music back up. All right, we're gonna start this over. Start it from here. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's good? So, okay. So I'm just getting stuff. Oh, you live on YouTube also? He's like, who is it typing on the screen? Yeah, I forgot to say I was on both YouTube and Twitch. But as I do this, yep, we're gonna use the Yaya's corner layout. So that's how we're gonna do this. You're gonna see some jankness happen on the stream right as we speak. Hopefully that worked. There we go. Alright, so that is Mr. Just Solid. He's in the chat. Go talk to him on YouTube and whatever as well. So while we having this quick this is the pre-show before I get everybody else in here, okay? So this is the pre-show. But how you doing today, man?
Pretty good. Yeah, for this podcast for today, I won't be on the normal time because I'm busy with work, but I'm not doing much right now. Doing well other than that. Sparkings are really interesting. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
For an arena fighter, got a lot of mixed feelings, strong opinions about the game, I guess.
Right.
As someone who played Tenkaichi 2 and 3 competitively a lot, when I reflect back upon those games, I kind of miss them a lot. I really wish we had a remaster.
Okay. So would you rather them give us a remaster first, then give us Sparking Zero, or would you rather to just leave it alone at a remastered?
And all honestly, I think we could have gotten a remaster first, then drop the game, because it would have been good to have legacy support, something that I think this also applies to Tekken and other fighting games. I think some good criticism or good recommendation that Bandai can do. Get more legacy support. Capcom has been doing it. I think they can support a lot from it.
Okay. That's good to know. So chat, just before we start, can y'all hear him 100%? Let me know if y'all can hear him on both ends. Just let me know before we keep going. What's up, R Creeps? What's popping? So after we do this little talk, because he has to go, then I'll switch to the other call. So just making sure. Yeah, okay, I think it's working really well now. The thing. So
yeah.
Okay.
If I'm too low, just let me know.
Okay. Okay, that's
But
good.
yeah, I seen during the yesterday top 6 and Saturday, we were all me and my friends who were watching the tournament. We were jokingly talking about the game being really there's a lot of issues with it, and I think at this state, it can you can take it competitively, quote unquote competitively, but it won't be like what Paige, if you know Paige, right, the BT3,
Yeah,
the best new
Paige.
player.
Yep.
You said that the competitive scene there is one, but it'll at this rate it'll quickly die out. That's like if you're talking about this current state of the mechanics, etc., it will not last long, and that's what I fear.
Okay. So a quick question I want to ask you before I ask everybody else. You have experience with just people that don't know. He in the same boat as me. Why I picked him is because I personally think Tenkaichi 2 is the best. Right? I've always been in the boat from like a gameplay perspective. 2 slaps. 3 is really good as well, but I just personally like how 2 was overall with its mechanics. But I will say, how do you feel about, you're a long-term fan, you could be as honest as you want, just let it rip. How do you feel about Tenkaichi 2, even 3 even, compared to Sparking?
Well, sad to say, but it really feels Sparking Zero feels like a skeleton. It feels like you took Tenkaichi 2 and 3, the surface level of it, grabbed it, and then added some new paint, added some new mechanics, and called it a day. There's a lot of things that are an issue that weren't an issue on those 2 games purely because they just took the mechanics and ran off with it, not like half baked in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tenkaichi 1. Let's start from the beginning. Tenkaichi 1. Tenkaichi 1 was very basic. So square, when you press square and triangle, you only had 2 rushing techniques in the game, and they were active like triangle or X cross.
Mm-hmm.
Gut punch, heavy finish, aka heavy finish, and Ki cannon. So you had no step-ins. There was dash canceling. You could technically do key poking, but that was it. The game barely had anything else. Then you went from that to Tenkaichi 2. I don't know what the crack they were taking. I'm just kidding. But I don't know what they were taking. But you went from that to a technical fighter that can rival Melee in like other really good fighting games, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Street Fighter 1 to 2 almost, pretty much.
Oh.
Like, it went from this small gameplay to a very high level that can be taken to a high level.
Right.
The best part about these mechanics, I see a lot of people who are like, when I talk about this or someone else that are wanting to be competitive, they're like, oh, why should you add these mechanics? These aren't competitively. But these developers added these because it's good for casuals also, because as you know, you spent $70, you want to play the game a lot. You want to use that $70. You can't just fight the CPU using the same old things. You're bound, even if you're a casual, you're bound to find more things. And I think with Tenkaichi 2 and 3, you found so many mechanics, like maybe, say Paige found this mechanic, but some people may have found a similar way of doing that mechanic years later just by playing the game casually, like Dragon Dash cancels. I think this thing of having a lot of mechanics is just good for both sides. It's not just for competitive.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
I think Sparking Zero main issue is a lack of creativity and omission of mechanics from BT2 and 3.
Dang, because my homie said, and he made a tweet, you retweeted it too, you saw it as well. But again, like, my stance with Sparking has been the same feeling I've had since Evo. And when I played it, I was like, I don't know. It doesn't feel that great to me, but I didn't want to say what I wanted to say because like I came out and said it in the video. I was like, my problem that I had was that a lot of people that did get it to play early, this is a very hard game for a lot of people because it's not like a situation of where like the community who was hyped for the game played and understands the essence of the game, right? And not to knock people that don't know that, because people have been fans of Tenkaichi. Some people just played it with their friends, and that's all that matters as long as you're having fun at the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. But when it came down to like critique of the game, people were so defensive of it because you see a lot of negativity online, and there's a subgroup of people like, hey, look, y'all complain too much. You know, some people feel like that's the case of it is. So it's like you couldn't even critique the game in a way you wanted to, where it just made sense. It was just kind of like, damn if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. You know. I
I'll say
think.
this 100 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go
I'll
on. Go
say this
ahead.
100 times. We really should have gotten a beta test like any other game.
Mm-hmm.
Breakers got a beta test. That's not even a fighting game. Why didn't we get a beta test for something we really need to get our hands on to actually understand the issues? Because if we had a beta test, I guarantee you a lot of these issues would have been fixed by launch, and we would have a better experience. Because at worst, I can honestly call this a mediocre arena fighter that's masked as a Tenkaichi game. Because Tenkaichi is very unique in the arena fighter landscape, and this game really feels generic. I don't know why. Like, you had the dash system that reminds me of Storm, or like you said, Armor Core back when Summer Game Fest rolled by. What I liked about the Tenkaichi games is that you had a dash system that was very different, and it utilized their arena aspect. Something I think arena fighters should use more. A lot of arena fighters don't really let you use the arena to your combos or setups or movement.
Right.
And I think that's what allows it to become its own, like, not genre, but subgenre of the fighting game community.
Okay. So I really like that because man, I really feel very weird and frustrated by the game because I generally do like the game to a degree. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I do like it at some point, you know, because like my whole thing, and I couldn't put it into words, but like it feels semi-soulless, right? Where they were like, all right, they want Tenkaichi, how can we do this? Let's just give them a modernized version of this and they'll be happy because it looked pretty, right? And like my big thing is when it comes to anime games, right? Like my hot take with gaming right now, period, is that I want games that have shittier graphics, but they have better gameplay. Yeah. Like that's just where I'm at personally. I don't care if something looks yeah. So go ahead.
So that about having crappier game I'm not gameplay graphics but better gameplay. This could be attributed to the fact that we're honestly at a generation where the reason why these games were made in such short lifespan, like short spans, while having better gameplay, is that they had their own what's it called? They didn't focus, like you said, they didn't focus on graphics but stylization. And also, I noticed this game had a lot of less, like, this game has a lot of details, but at the same time, it lacks, like, you don't, remember how the Tenkaichi games, it literally had the whole, like, fighting game ready go, and also perfect to be perfect, you don't have those details. You also kind of lack, the basic quality of life features that you had 16 years ago, or 17 years ago. And I think
so you know what it is? And then, like, you might laugh at this. So, Sparking Zero, now that I've had this talk, I'm happy to talk to you. The honest truth, Sparking Zero is, and a lot of y'all gonna be like, hold on, wait. Level with me. If you're a Sonic fan, you're gonna understand this. It's not 06, it's Sonic Forces, right? Where, like, it's just painfully mid in a lot of areas. And we know it can be better. See, my take on Unleashed is like half the game's good, right? Like Sonic Unleashed, like that's my thing. Half the game's good. I'm not a big fan of the Werehog, and even then, depending on which version you played growing up, will depict how much I like or may dislike the Werehog. But yeah, I can see that too. But like, I feel like in some areas, like number one thing I'm big disappointed with. The stages piss me off. Like, there's no glacier. Yeah, like
you have even basically Kame House map where it's just it's literally in the game. You have the basic house with what's it called, water. Like, I think the game was rushed to be with Daima. Sadly, I honestly think of that, and also the idea of, oh hey, the Tenkaichi game is coming out in the same month the Tenkaichi game came out on, and I think. Yeah, it would kind of lose some of that fate if we didn't do it, but I'd honestly prefer a much more fleshed out game in terms of mechanics. And there's an issue. The there's like lasers and hate like extreme, because this is something I really hate, the fact that Sparking Zero, it kind of made the people who already hated arena fighters be a lot more obnoxious.
Yes.
Like the people who I kind of moved on, but when I used to argue about arena fighters and Tenkaichi having complexity, now this game is just, it says 20 years behind, bro.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to hold on faith with the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be a person that's just like hating it, and I understand how some people feel. Well, like damn, I'm getting cheesed out, but like what's been hurting me about Sparking is the rage quits. Like I played Sparking this morning, and I was gonna record hella B-roll for the podcast, like just gameplay. I was gonna throw it up on the screen. And let me tell you the disappointment how like I played 30 minutes of Sparking and turned it off, because I literally, the first two matches were like the worst laggy matches of all time. And then the third match,
PC?
huh? No, I'm playing on PlayStation.
Damn it.
So I look, hopefully by the end of the month I should have a new PC, y'all. Thanks to y'all supporting me, both Twitch, YouTube. Just letting y'all know that now. But man, it's been a battle because I want to play on PC. There's mods, certain things I want to do for the game's content, and yeah, the lag has been so bad. Like today on Spark, I played for 30 minutes. I just turned the game off. Turned it straight off. Lag? Yeah.
Kind of weird because this is coming from a person who plays Dolphin that play a lot, so honestly, it's better than that. But considering how the game genre is, I'm really happy about the netcode. It sounds dumb, but get this: you're playing in a big arena setting. It's a lot harder to do netcode. It's lesser funding because we know the issue with Tekken, all right?
Yeah.
The netcode situation at Bandai currently. Hopefully it gets better, but you have that, and the idea of rollback. Funny enough, Spike made an arena game with rollback. I think is in Avataryaya. I think it had implemented GTPO netcode. I think if someday they can do that, that would be cool. But I'm fine with this netcode. It needs some improvements, but I play someone from Iraq, and it's honestly better than Dolphin net play. Way better.
Okay, well, yeah. See, so I like your perspective on it because you live and breathe on Dolphin, and we all know if you play the game on Dolphin emulator, you guys know that it can be very inconsistent. And I think this netcode is like better than whatchamacallit. I won't lie, since I play both fighting games, like not saying you don't or other people don't, but since I play both a lot more in the past years, like it's just like, oh my gosh, like it's kind of like you get bougie, like I don't want to play this. So
also just probably me being well, a lot of people I know, a lot of players in Tenkaichi community and also other fighting community, because I'm in the Tekken 5 DR community. A lot of people just can't handle like 5 buffer. I'm kind of just the opposite. I'm like the person who I literally learned how to wave dash in Tenkaichi 2, and I can do it within like 12 buffer or 14 buffer sometimes. Like Acrylis, a Tenkaichi 2 player who was like, dude, I don't know how he's doing wave dashing at this buffer or input delay. I'm just used to the fact of high input delay, so anything lower is fine by me. But that's just me because of having low standards, honestly.
Yeah. So that's good to know.
If it's all yeah.
Yeah. I think what's very important that needs to be talked about is because a lot of people are like, yo, I read it in the chat. He said coming out the same month as the old games theory makes no sense. Yeah, considering the 20th anniversary is next year. Yeah, I understand
more
that.
Like the 40th anniversary, probably.
Yeah.
This year's the 40th anniversary, right?
Yeah. So like I get what he meant by that, but I understand where you're coming from too, Shannon. But I do think when it comes to Sparking, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, every day go by and I'm like, yo, we cooked IGN for their review, but like it's starting to look like it.
Tenkaichi is always a 7 out of 10 game if you actually come from their perspective. A fighting game, nevertheless, something that feels more like an old. Sparking is very reminiscent of an old fighting game if you think about it.
Yeah.
Also Tenkaichi, it's very arcadey. So arcade fighting games don't have much. Like story mode, yes, I like it a lot. It's honestly better than Tenkaichi 3. Custom battle is really cool. But other than that, it's like a pure fighting game. You do online or offline. So if you're coming from a content like you want content for $70, I can see where IGN is coming from, honestly.
Right,
And
right.
then IGN, let's say these reviewers, no matter even like you wouldn't judge it for the masses, they're not gonna be all that Tenkaichi gameplay. So you gotta do it from a tutorial like basic stance, and even Tenkaichi 2 and 3, they feel kind of weird as someone if you're new to it. So
Okay, okay. So
7 out of 10 is like a perfect thing for
yeah, I
Tenkaichi,
think that's
honestly.
a cool score. That's how I feel. Like literally the game ain't got that much crazy content to be mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm at with it. You know. So
Yeah.
one question before we go. I need your thoughts on Super Counter. All right,
Super
because
counters are
go ahead.
a lot of people are blowing up about it. There's a lot of heated discussions. All I need to
Mm-hmm.
say is that offline super counters are super like Tenkaichi 3. All they need is a whiff cooldown. So there's the issue is that super counter. A lot of people don't really play Tenkaichi 3, like actually. So they forget that super counter back in Tenkaichi 3, there was a whiff cooldown. So if you try to do an input and let's say it wasn't precise, it wasn't exactly up square, it would give you a whiff cooldown. I forgot the exact amount, but nevertheless, it made sure that you wouldn't even keep spamming Z counters even if you were good at them. Um, you had to vary time it. And
Okay.
that, and also, they were also a double-edged sword. The issue with Sparking Zero is that if you have higher key, it's just guaranteed. It's like basic, you win. In Tenkaichi 3, how it worked is at the prison. So when you do a super counter clash in Tenkaichi 3, you first of all vanish behind them, and it becomes a ZC1 battle. This is where how it worked was whoever had the less key wins. So let's say you had more key, you shouldn't just be spamming super counters because you would get slapped by it back. It was something. It allowed you to just. It allowed more layers to the game because let's say you're playing, you're really good at super countering, but you always get high key. The opponent knows that, so they keep using key blast. They do a lot more key poking on purpose. So when they have low key and they attack you and you do a super counter, they would end up winning. And also at the same time, the vanishing like the time frame for these super counters when it happens is fast. Sparking Zero is very slow compared to Tenkaichi 3. And funny enough, well, not funny enough. I don't know why I said that. Um, I actually have one more thing to say, kind of before I go. I think what was it called? Sparking Zero does have a lot of potential, and I think Tenkaichi 3 and 2, they really the game just needs a lot of patches that are they can start off really small, like key blast cooldowns, for example. They can rip that straight off T3 that already fixes a lot of issues. A lot of these feedback that people need to give must be just small at first because I assume what they're doing because I assume they're doing they already decided what to patch for the December patch. So what you give to them is probably going to be on their next tier, probably. I think what we should really do, we need really reflection of the older games. We need to be more vocal about this competitive scene or high level scene because this game won't last if it keeps going on like this. It's very toxic. Very,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
You know it's bad when you got like RDC World. Once I see RDC World complaining about people rage quitting, I don't know. It's kind of like they need to balance the game at that point. Because if they
I was,
complaining about it, it's insane. Like,
There, I just brought up something I just remembered. Thank you. Uh, the balancing. Sparking Zero. People keep forgetting. Tenkaichi is all about systemic balancing. It was very like old fighting games. If you see Third Strike, it's not really balanced. If you think about it, a lot of
right,
people who care about balance, a lot of balanced fighting games. A lot of people don't play them. The reason why a lot of these old fighting games are praised is because they have great system mechanics, not fine tuning the characters. BT2 and 3 did this. They fine-tuned the mechanics first. They did some fine-tuning of the characters, but overall they focused on the mechanics. Sparking Zero, they need to focus on the mechanics,
right.
then do some of the characters. I think characters should be a little bit much more toned down, but I think they're fine. Like, other than the blast ones, which is technically mechanic, the game just needs system mechanic changes.
That is all I'm saying. When it comes to balance, I'm not asking for them to nerf Gogeta or even like Yajirobe. I wasn't too like I hated fighting them, but like I wasn't mad. Like
even need nerfs.
yeah, he didn't need like the nerf was weird to me. Like I was like, just fix the game mechanics. Like yeah.
I think I use all of that system mechanics, and I think Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 needs a nerf right now, but because I think he already deals like more than a bar for a basic combo rush.
Yeah, I think literally all of this could have been solved if they took the Injustice route. And what I mean by that, people that don't know if I haven't played Injustice, let the base game be played the way it needs to be played, but then make a competitive mode or like not even just like a competitive option mode where everybody has equal health, you know, equal damage output. Bam, right? Like let supers do what they want to do, whatever, right? But that's literally how if people wanted that type of gameplay, because a lot of people haven't played Tenkaichi. You got to realize there's a lot of people that are like, I love Tenkaichi growing up, but haven't touched Tenkaichi since the PS2. We 2 to 3 console generations, you know, later, you know what I'm saying, since then. So like people, what they thought they was from nostalgia and what they playing now, they're like, I can't do it. And I'm like, when I said it a year ago, right after the Game Awards, when I was making content for, people was like, they don't need to balance it, just add a lot of characters. And now people are like, no, I want balance. And I'm like, see, this is where it gets kind of frustrating. Right,
like about the roster too much leading to release. I'm like, you shouldn't care about the roster. They'll focus on it. You need to care about the mechanics, because you saw me retweet Cuba's post.
Yeah,
he's a good friend of mine. Like I met him in a CVZ server. I heard him Tenkaichi stuff. I know some stuff about it. He talked about how it really feels like they just played BT3 for like an hour straight, picked up the skeleton, and then it made minimal adjustments. Paraphrasing his words. It feels like that.
Okay.
What best we can do, show people how BT2 and 3 really played, because a lot of these people, especially the Glazers, they're like, "Oh, I think they played like this." No, they didn't.
I was saying it played like this because I'm like, the balance they asking for is like getting rid of some of like the unblockable stuff, which that's a thing, or some things were avoidable in, you know, Tenkaichi. I'm talking about the system mechanics. Like people don't understand like the base system mechanics are very close to Tenkaichi, but not at the same time. And I'm like, some of the stuff people complaining about, if you watch, there's a skeleton. That's what I mean. It's honestly, my take on the game is Jump Force with a Tenkaichi skeleton. That is my take. Like, yeah, but
it really just feels like a generic arena fighter, which sucks. I think this game should have been the mold that broke, that brought back. Tenkaichi really brought a wave of arena fighters never before, and then when Tenkaichi died down, you really saw how not low quality, but mediocre quality arena fighters got, because they needed a competitor. People didn't play them that much. People didn't realize how an arena fighter can be good, because it's kind of both on the devs and players' fault, because players need to realize how arena fighters should focus on movement and combat combos, and devs need to realize that as well. It's like some arena fighters just focus on combos, and that just makes it like a 2D fighter. Might as well play a 2D fighter or 3D. Reading less, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. So thank you, Sal. I know you're busy at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is everybody go check him out. He's gonna be on Twitter, I think, posting clips when he gets the chance, and as well, I'll link him. You'll see me retweet it as well. So if you see it, go ahead and follow the man. Thank you for coming through for the pre-show.
Hopefully next podcast episode I can join in.
Everybody. Next one. So the next one I'm gonna do it in a Discord call though, but I'm gonna lock it off. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick you out of this one and then add another person in. So we just gonna rotate to that. So thank you for coming through. Clap it up for him, y'all. And we're gonna transition.
Right, see ya.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add. About to call. Okay, so that was the first part of the pre-show, everybody. I hope y'all Genuinely did enjoy the first part of the pre-show. Thank y'all. What's up, Kayazu? We just talked about it with BT Pro Player, one of the experts of Tenkaichi series. So that'll be up on YouTube and stay up. But now I'm gonna call the homies and I'm introducing everybody, and we're gonna get right back into the news. You know what I'm saying? You know how I'm feeling. Oh, thanks for the follow. Hey, movements while One Justice Gundam Killer Kill Alice Gear is so good. Yes. Say Sparking Zero is dope right now. That shit ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. What Bleach at? That's my stance. Nah. Actually, I'm just waiting on Hunter. Yo, look, can I be honest before we transition to the next part? Bro, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Sparking because I know the date for Hunter x Hunter. I can't say it. That's all you get from me, right? In my brain, I was like, I knew the date for Hunter x Hunter. All right, in the back of my mind. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Don't clip that shit. But literally, I was like, oh, I'm about to be cooling. And then they delayed this shit. And I was like, I'm happy it got delayed because if it come out a better product, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? He said, is this talking going on the channel? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going on the channel. But now we're about to transition to the next homies. Get into it. I'm about to call everybody. And we about to get right into the news. Hello, everybody.
What's good, yaya?
What's good, Jay? What's poppin'? And he gonna he gonna stop calling me auntie, bro. What's good, y'all?
Auntie is wild, bro.
He always call me that.
Why is he posing?
What?
Arrow, what in the hell is
Why is he posing?
Hello.
I didn't even.
Summon.
Arrow acting extra?
You know what's funny?
I am hearing echoes. Hold it there.
Hold on. Let me see.
Arrow is the great Saiyan man.
Yes, sir. Pride Troopers.
He said Pride Troopers. Okay. Listen. I could just do Discord. Bam, there y'all go.
Oh, someone's lagging.
Okay, might be me. Hold on, let's see. Hold on. Okay, what's up,
All
Creeps?
those Pride Troopers, and none of them were really Pride Troopers.
Hey.
What's poppin'? I don't know if this is gonna work. I never actually tried this with this camera on. It actually fucking worked. No, it didn't. It broke. You're gonna turn it off.
Do you do
That is
Do we not doing that? I don't have the other camera set up. I usually have two. I don't feel like setting it up. But look, y'all gonna be on the cam.
That's the tight ice.
Yeah.
You don't have OBS like virtual cam?
I do. You're right. Will that work?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. That's what I'm doing.
Clutch.
Oh, I don't got that. Wait. Does that work?
It's right by like start streaming. It'll say start virtual cam, and they have a little gear next to it, so you can select your camera.
That's what that is all this whole time? That's been a thing?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait.
Pick a source or like a scene that only has your camera on it.
Okay.
What on?
And then
Wow, I got the strap.
and then start virtual camera. Okay. And then I go back to the other scene.
You're getting it.
Okay, we getting there. Okay, so should that work now? That actually works. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, all right.
Let me see if it works if I switch scenes though. I don't know if it's gonna do that. No, it switched scenes. Okay. Tech 2. I got another
You
idea.
could set it so that it doesn't switch scenes.
Oh.
Kelbert's in the chat. What up,
Hey,
Kelbert?
what's up, Kel? What's good? So y'all can introduce yourselves starting from Arrow.
Oh, hello. I'm Avataryaya. I'm drawing a blank here, but I create content on Sparking Zero, guides, all the 9 yards, and happy to be here. How y'all doing?
Hey. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Next up is Rara. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry if I said it wrong.
You nailed it.
Okay.
What up? I'm Rara. I do lots of goofy, casual shit. I'm ass at the game, but I'm trying to make you laugh.
Okay, that's fine. Look, I saw you upload the crash. I was like, he cooked. He got that out there. Yeah, that was.
I was like, there's some good juice in there. I gotta get it.
Now we got the next, the one and only Soul.
Oh, it's my turn. I'm sorry. What's good, y'all? I'm Soul. I make a bunch of shit on a bunch of shit. I ain't gonna lie. I play Sparking. Really excited for Bleach. Can't wait. And yeah.
Okay. And then it would be me, but y'all know me. Y'all been here already. Whatever.
Nah. Introduce yourself.
Oh my God. All right, what's good, y'all? So it's Yaya, back like we never left. I love everything. I'm just waiting. I personally, I'm just chilling tonight. I just want to have this discussion, like a discussion with like some substance to it. So shout out to Solid for coming on earlier, because I really wanted to get the pro perspective from the BT player community on it as well. So yeah, but I love everything. Favorite anime kill like you. That's all you need to know. All right. Now, what's good next? We got Creeps. What's popping?
Hey, my name is R Creeps. I started making Sparking Zero videos, or well, starting doing YouTube in general about a couple months ago, like starting July. And
Okay.
I attended Anime Expo. That's kind of where it started. I make videos about games, animation, but primarily Sparking Zero right now because that's been the focus of my channel lately. Yeah.
Okay. Then I like that, because I know you do art as well. That's something I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, your art page kind of slap. I don't know. That was crazy when I seen you. Was like, he got both. You know how cheating that is. You can draw your own thumbnails, man. But regardless, what's up, Jay? What's popping?
Yeah, what's good?
Hey,
So I go by JD on the interwebs, as I like to say. So I like to do variety. That's like whatever I'm feeling at the time. That's kind of like what I like to do. Editing design is my hobby. That's why I have terrible sleep hours and no sleep time.
that's so crazy. Don't out yourself like that.
It's real though, but like, and then Sparking Zero, I'm a huge Tenkaichi 2 head, like huge. So when Sparking Zero came out, I was just like, oh man, this is like the child of me. Been waiting for this for so long, for 17 years. And it's just like overall. And I also do Sparking Zero as well. And man, I'm just excited to be here, honestly. It's nice to meet y'all for real.
And now we got the one and only King Cosmo. Introduce yourself, man.
Well, I mean, to be honest, according to Pokemon Pocket TCG, there's two of me. I don't know where the other guy came from, took my name. But what's going on, guys? I'm King Cosmo. I do a lot of different types of anime content, trying to always push the fun and the competitive nature of anime games. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay. All right, and now we have the new person that joined the call. No category.
What's going on, y'all? What's up?
Hey, what's poppin'? What's
What's
poppin'?
poppin'?
What's poppin', everybody? So, how y'all feeling tonight? Let me ask y'all before we get into this. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm
I'm
ready
pretty
for
chill,
this.
bro.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Doing just fine.
That's so crazy to me. But
Good timeline, bro. It's a good timeline.
I think that's crazy overall, to be honest, because I played Sparking like, let me tell you, this morning I played Sparking. I was like, I'm gonna play some Sparking today. It only lasted 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chief. Like, the first two matches was the worst laggiest matches I've had ever, bro. I was like, oh my God. And literally I couldn't catch Buddy because it was like lagging that bad. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even hit him with the people that don't know. I play Goku Super, right? So the Spirit Bomb, if you lagging, you could probably dodge it. Like, it's like the freest vanish, right? And I was like, okay, cooked him. Now the second game, right? I was about to beat him. He rage quit. I queued back up with the dude again. I guess he just yanked out his internet cable, bro. Like, he just yanked this shit out, and it was 10 times worse. And like, my homie in the call, shout out to Ghost of Third Strike and Kenso, they dying. I'm fucking mad as hell because it's just lagging like it's a slideshow. I just turned the game off and sat in silence. I was like, yeah, I can't wait till tonight. I was like, I can't wait. I gotta let this out the system, bro.
I gotta get my speed out today.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm gonna just get right into it here. Let's first talk about the single player. Mike's here. Mike is here. Yo,
Mike. Yeah, what's poppin'?
How you
yeah.
doing, Mike?
Yo,
Yeah, introduce
So-
yourself, Mike.
What's going on, guys? Mike Hollow here. My power went out, that's why I'm a little bit late, and I'm on my phone right now because I can't get it back on.
Oh, okay.
Likewise.
Oh, no, hey, we glad to have you, bro.
It's cool. As long as you came through, that we just chilling today. I ain't trying to do no masterclass, anything like that. But I do want to talk about the game, and I think the first question I want to ask, right quick for everybody, how y'all feel about the single player content of Sparking?
Do you want the sugar-coated answer? Or
No, I want the
honest
dead
answer?
ass answer. I want.
Rash.
we going one at a time, or how
We
doing
going one
it?
at a
All
time.
right, that's how we gonna do. We gonna start from arrow, then we gonna go down the line. That's what we gonna do.
Gotcha.
All right.
For me, it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought it was gonna be better when they were like showing it off. Like, oh, it's gonna have all these branching paths. I don't know why I can't speak today, but it's gonna have all these paths, and you can. The what ifs is basically the selling point of the single player story, but it didn't really have that much like content to it. Even Gohan's path, like it even start at the start of Z. It just started at like Cell Saga, so I don't know, kind of lackluster. And even going into like the custom battles, although custom battles is literal unlimited content, I don't think it's that crazy for me at least.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all.
All right, Raw. How you feeling? How you feeling?
I mean, I kind of like to piggyback on that. Like, I agree with the sense of it's lacking. Obviously, there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor, right? Like coming from like BT3 and shit like that. Like you look at it and you go, okay, like at least they tried, right? But like going back, you're kind of like, how hard did they try? Like there was definitely things I'm like, it could have been more, but at the same time, I think the what ifs went so hard that it made up for some of the spots that were lacking. I'll give it that. I won't obviously. I mean, we're a month in, so I don't want to spoil. But at the same time, like if you haven't played it, like what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
But like, there's so many scenarios that you can play out that I'm just like, okay, I'll get past the fact that certain characters got gypped. I'm still upset about Vegeta's ending. Like I really think Vegeta should have had way more.
Oh yeah,
but
1000%.
That alone, I could look past if there was like a trial mode or anything else like there was in previous games. I know we're talking campaign right now, but like that's still a single player experience.
No, yeah. I'm talking about all of it. Like wherever you feel like it's lacking, lay it on the table. Like it don't even matter to me. So,
yeah. And I mean, anyone can feel free to cut me off on that shit because like, like I said, I'm goofy in that sense that like everything I think of, I'm like, oh, what can I make a challenge? What can I speed run? What can I do like that? Like in challenge myself rather than get competitive. But that is stuff that's been around for so long that it's like it feels weird to not have that stuff. Also, I think CPUs are just lacking in general.
Okay.
You mean like can I say? Do you mean like the ultimate battle mode where we went through those trials, and then we had like that RPG mode where we could like get sensu beans and like power ups as we kept moving?
Exactly.
That was
And,
fun.
like multiple
miss
days
those.
of battling.
Yeah, that was
and,
actually
like,
fun for real.
all that stuff like is just gone. But that's my take right now.
Okay. All right. What about you, Soul?
So I'm not even gonna lie. I did Goku's, and I did Gohan's, and I stopped. But it kept me. I haven't touched it since. Everybody was talking about the what ifs. I was like, I'ma just watch y'all play them, and I'ma just enjoy it that way. I don't need to play it myself. But custom battles, I do enjoy a lot. I do think they hyped up custom battles so much to the point that it felt like it was going to be a lot more than what it is, which is still really good for what it is. But I think honestly, the main thing that's going to carry that mode, Bandai, don't snipe me, it's the mods on PC. The modding scene for that mode, crazy. But like as it is, it's pretty solid for this. But I think that's one of the things that for the single player concept thing, if they want to keep expanding upon it, I feel like that's going to be like the main place. They're just going to try to shoe in more things to do. But outside of that, it's really nothing else to do single player other than like just randomly set up like some world tournaments and stuff. Which even then, like the CPU isn't hard enough to make those extremely exciting like they were in the older games. Yeah, I think the single player is like a 5 out of 10.
Okay. I guess I'll answer before we go to creeps. But so my stance on it is, I'll be real honest. I have not touched a single player at all. Like, as much as I'm asking y'all this, I have not touched not the story mode at all, because I'm just like, I don't see the point, because it doesn't even look remotely like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like, I guess I gotta put up the white flag. This is where Xenoverse wins. At least in Xenoverse, you can get a grasp of like the game strictly by just understanding or experiencing those story elements, right? That's just something Xenoverse is just unmatched with off rip. At least you're playing it, one, for multiple reasons, two, to beat the story in Xenoverse 2, and then, you know, get your character to do all the extra stuff you want to do. There's still the merit in sparking to unlock characters and stuff through story, but like at that point, you did give us the option to just play the game and unlock them, right? I've unlocked the most characters just by playing, you know, online, and like there's some characters that I'm never gonna actually play. I only bought them because I'm just tired of seeing them locked, right? Like I was never ever gonna play Dr. Wheelo in my damn life till I learned he was just cracked out. I was never gonna there's only two outside of 21 and 16, there's only two that exist, right? Well, and that's 17 and 18. The other two I would never unlock in my life, and I never would ever play Gildo. Like, why is he there for me? Like, for me, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I just ain't gonna play with him outside of maybe a random select, you know? So it's like the single player content of the game, it's a very big thing where like, dang, I spent $70 on the game. I played through the story mode. If you are not a person that likes fighting people online or playing ranked or even playing with your friends 24/7 in a manner, ain't nothing for you to do. Like outside of custom battles, you know?
Essentially.
Yeah, there's really nothing to do but experience custom battles, and a lot of custom battles out of pocket. If y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of them are out of pocket, like even on PlayStation.
Somebody mentioned about like the dialogue being limited. I mean, I that's one of the primary reasons why it's limited, because even with its limitations, some of them stories that people are making is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Like just to add to that, if y'all remember Smash Bros had a mode where you can, Ultimate by the way, where you can just take other creations and stories and watch them or videos. And people was doing the most sus shit ever, bruh. Like, they was wilding. So and you didn't have no text boxes there. You think people not gonna try it in Sparking? Hell yeah, they gonna try it. So that's why I'm like, I can see why they probably, you know, how they said, hey, y'all gotta stop using these mods on custom battles, you know. I don't know. It just felt very like weird with the state of the single player. But how you feel, Creeps?
Okay, so when you say single player content, you just mean everything as a whole, right?
Well, yeah, everything as a whole, outside of the online. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But the single player, like offline, like story mode, what ifs, custom battles.
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not a fan. The episode battle specifically, especially, I have to be entirely honest, it's not really for me. I played the Goku story mode, and like Soul, I gotta be honest, I couldn't bring myself to play anything else. I just couldn't. The presentation, well, it's just PNGs.
Bruh.
And when they do have cutscenes, it's these like really janky mocap cutscenes, right? And the characters are moving kind of funny and stuff. So I'm just like, I can't get immersed in this. I gotta be entirely honest. The ideas are really cool, right? Like I saw some of the stuff that people were talking about, like the what ifs and stuff. They're really cool ideas, but the execution maybe wasn't all the way there. And I'm not gonna, you know, sit here and like say they didn't try. They only had 4 years to make this game, and the amount of content they had to work with was just too much. Essentially, what I would really say is, it's just I think they overshot and could only achieve so much with the time they had. Other than episode battle, bonus battles are fine. They're trying to give us some extra fights to kind of fill in those gaps with story mode if we find there's anything lacking. Custom battle is cool, but I'm not sure if I can really call that single player, considering you're relying on others to provide you content. It's fine, but like Yaya said, it's very out of pocket.
Yeah.
There's only like 1 or 2 quality custom battles I've played. They're really, really good. There's a lot of opportunities to create some really, really special things, but not many people are really doing anything with that because everybody's just hopping on ranked. And the people that are focusing on custom battles, they're making some pretty cool stuff, but it's hard to come across, especially on PC, because the player base on the PS5 is significantly larger. I'm playing on PC, so
Okay.
beyond that, I haven't touched World Tournament very much because CPUs in this game are really weak. I have really no reason to play against CPUs when I can just ask a friend who is way better at the game, and I can just fight them. I could, equip items and stuff on CPUs and stuff, but again, they can't do consistent super counters. They can't do consistency counters like that. So I think overall, the single player content is what I had hoped was gonna be the saving grace for this game, but I have to be honest, it's not for me. It's probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10 for me.
Okay. All right, Jay, how you feeling?
Oh, it's my turn now?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Go ahead. Go off, brother.
Oh, boy. All right. So basically, it's kind of like what I talked about with my homie Yudi Uchiha recently. To me, the story mode is basically Naruto Storm 4 1.5 edition. When what you're basically doing is you're going through a lot of PNGs with no narration, and then when you do get the cutscenes, it's like what really underwhelmed me about the cutscenes for this game, bruh, is when I did custom battles for the first time and I just saw they're basically custom battle shots, I was like, all right, bruh, this is what I was like, okay. So then most of the animated scenes that you get is because I did 100% for all the episode battles. I'm glad y'all did not have to do that. That was, oh boy, that was a lot of work. But anyway,
too, bro.
Oh man, that was a lot of work. But most of the good animated cutscenes that you get in this game are the what if battles. Again, it's if people want to go for those what if battles, and most people are not going to do it because, again, most of us have all played the Dragon Ball story for so long by this point, by playing so many Dragon Ball games by this point. It's just like, I'm only here for the what ifs. Like, for the canon, it's kind of like I said in my video, if you want to go play all of the canon, go play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Like, that's how I'm going to feel about the story for that. Even for the what ifs, right? Like, I feel like the best what ifs, in my opinion, in this game are Gohan's and Trunks's and Goku's. Everybody else's is, again, Vegeta, he entered the Buu Saga. They could have given him Golden Frieza. They could have given him Topo. They could have given him all that, but they didn't. Piccolo, he could have got something for Gotenks. He didn't get that either. Goku Black, his shit. Goku Black was just so ass. That's my favorite character, but Goku Black's was so bad. It was so bad. I recommend anyone play his. It's so bad.
That's why I didn't play his. I was going to play his, and everybody said how bad it was.
Yeah,
and I was like,
just don't bother. Like, even the what if you get, it's the same outcome. It's the same outcome. So, and then for custom battles, it's like they just like someone said earlier, it's like they really overhyped it for like what custom battles were really supposed to be, and I was really excited for this mode too. I thought this was going to be like the Mario Maker for this game for people who are kind of like going to like the dashy wave. They want to stick to that side instead of having to go online. But honestly, it's just like for me, I can't really talk about it. Like, I understand for like the voice actors, it's going to take a lot of work to do all that dialogue. So like, I'm not blaming the voice actors for nothing. I just wish, like I said in my video, we could have had like a voice feature to where like everybody could be voice acting the characters or something. Don't know how that would be implemented, but like it's an idea.
This man asking, stop. So you asking for like the Nintendo 64 Pikachu game? What do you own? Like,
listen,
you know what I'm talking about?
My opinion, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, I ain't saying it's wrong. It's interesting.
And then custom battle. My biggest problem with it, especially, there's no search feature in that guy. So if you want to make your own custom battle, you're going to have to be doing a lot of searching, and I don't got time for that. So guess what? I don't be in it. So personally, in my opinion, the offline experience, I feel sorry for people who only bought this game for offline. I'm not going to lie. That's my spill. I'm done.
Okay.
Yo, sorry, I'm just
Go
gonna
ahead.
interrupt for a second. Bandai just posted a survey for all your critiques of Sparking Zero.
Really?
It's gonna be.
Oh, send me the link. I need that.
I literally just saw
Get
that.
out of here.
Yeah, Ron just posted it up.
What?
That's
Oh
funny.
no, that's
Here,
a.
I'll retweet it.
Hey, that patch about to be huge.
I'm expecting a 20 gigabyte download. My bad. I'm like something big.
Better be big, bro. It's goddamn. It's about damn time.
You know, I'm expecting it to be big because they announced the patch for December. I'm like, we got like hella weeks left in November, bro. Like,
It's gonna be a while.
I put it in the chat.
all right,
God damn.
yo.
Funny thing is, this entire time I've been filling it out while you guys were talking.
They got him thinking, he like, hold on, wait.
He's like,
Imagine like he's a photographer or whatever, and he's like typing in everything as he's doing.
Podcast, low key.
Yeah.
He just been typing in everything y'all done said for the last 10 minutes. That's all.
So, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for the raid. There's a lot of y'all tonight. What the hell? Like,
that'd be great, bro.
Welcome, Raiders.
thank you. Much love, Dot. What's poppin'? Hey. But so let me ask you now, Mike, to stay on topic. How you feel about the single player content?
So personally speaking, I didn't care about the single player content at all. I was only interested in like playing online, playing against people. But if I'm looking at what they provided, I think they really messed up. It makes no sense to retell the Dragon Ball story again, especially when Kakarot is quite recent. And then you've also got Xenoverse that did a really good job telling a different kind of Dragon Ball story. So to tell the same story that we have seen a billion times and then do it in a way that is much less appealing than what's come before it, I think they completely messed up. I think the ideas behind the what ifs are good. They're just not executed well because of the slideshow that they've got going on, even though the what ifs have better cutscenes than the rest of the game. Custom battle again is a really good concept. It's lacking some quality of life features that make it a little bit annoying to play.
Yeah.
Just in general, like fighting games as of late have had really poor single player content. And again, personally speaking, I spend 99% of my time fighting people, so I don't care. But as a base product, I can't say that Sparking Zero single content is very good. It's lacking. I think they were going in the right direction and they kind of missed the ball.
Okay. Category, are you here?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm here.
All right, lay it on this. How you feel about the single player of the game?
I don't know. Everybody's been making real good points, but in terms of arena fighters, I think it's a really good game. The single player content, I think, was like a second thought for them. I don't think they really care too much, like everyone's been saying. I think they put so much focus on having the 182 characters with like unique animations and different movesets and stuff that they kind of said, all right, well, we'll just let them make their single player content. I'm pretty sure from the jump they were already saying it's not Xenoverse, it's not Kakarot, like it's going to be its own thing. So I think it hit the nail on the head with that. I do wish the cutscenes and stuff were better, just because in terms of the super story, I think it's the first time besides Xenoverse that we've had that in a game with cutscenes and animations and stuff. So it sucks that that's like kind of forgotten. But I don't know. Like most of you guys or some of you guys, I haven't finished the episode battles. I don't really care too much. I've been enjoying just playing the game as a Dragon Ball fan, just seeing all the animations, all the care they put into that. So that's been my focus. I don't know. The single player is all right. I give it average, 5 out of 10, but that's my thoughts.
Okay. I really respect your take because you're just like, yo, I'm just an enthralled fan about what it is. And even though you acknowledge that you just love what it is, you acknowledge that there's flaws too. You know, more people be like Category. We need more people in the world like him, but real rap. Thank you for that. But last but not least on this question, Kaz, how you feeling, bro? How you feeling about the single player?
So I'm gonna keep it a buck. I have not done the story mode myself either. Mostly because one, I've seen a good portion of it. So from what I've seen, like I wanted to do my own YouTube content on it and do like my own reactions, but then I started seeing it on other people's channels. And honestly, I just wasn't impressed. So, 300 hours in later, I still have not touched story. Unfortunately, the game just seems, I call it the Starfield effect, where it feels as though, like everyone's been saying, they had a good plan. They built a sandbox for people to play in, but then turned around and gave you pretty much a sandbox with like a quarter of the sand, and then said, we're going to leave it up to you guys to do the rest, custom battles. But then turned around and started saying, well, we also don't want you using mods, so have fun in that sandbox with the basic toys we gave you. It doesn't feel great. I will say at least the custom battles have been fun to some extent. I've seen a lot of great creativity, but I also feel as though with the lack of costumes and the lack of items in the game, it makes it a lot harder for people to be creative. It makes it a lot harder for people to make those crazy what if stories, like, oh, what if Raditz had Saiyan battle armor, like the blue and yellow or white one like Vegeta has, or like, what if anything with Goku happens and you want to put him in that orange jacket. It really it shrugs a lot of that creativity that people wanted to have, because now when you do it, you just got to have Goku in a basic orange gi, or you got to have Vegeta in the basic armor. You can't really go too far with it. As far as and this one's a bit of a stretch, but when it comes to like the single player content, I also think the UI could have used a lot of work. When it came out, I don't think the UI was very appealing to people. It didn't give you that flair that Tenkaichi had as well, to get you excited to go to those modes and hop in and start playing. It wasn't like Gohan and them all driving in the car and then flying against the start now on screen or like the battle button. Overall, I agree with Mike. What was he saying? Like they just were not focused too much on the single player experience, and it shows.
And then,
Okay.
real
Cool.
quick, to, kind of what Cosmo said, because he just reminded me about that too. There are just some stages that are like staple to Tenkaichi that are not in this game. Like Kami's house, Kami's lookout, the glacier stage, the hell stage, the mountain wave stage. Like for some reason, they're just not in the game either. For some reason, and I find it very weird in this game. There's no preset colors.
Yeah.
There's no color 1s or color 2s that you can pick with your characters. I find that odd as hell.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm so salty that they didn't give me the glacier stage in the game. That is like my favorite stage to fight on.
Oh my god!
And it pisses me off because it happens in Broly, like in Super Broly. And they could have just cheated it and then gave us that. And they couldn't do that. Like they had one job. But, that stage, and I feel like an iconic Tenkaichi stage is the one where it was Vegeta versus Android 18. What is it called? I always forget the name of it, but if anybody could put the name of it to me, with the railroad, that stage is like iconic. That one, that's not there. There's no Kami's lookout, right? There's no Kami's house, and the house is on the main menu. It's like, what's going on? I get it's a super themed game, but like,
I forgot. It had slipped my mind that Kami's Lookout wasn't until I watched one of my homies' videos. I think he dropped it today about the missing maps in the game.
You know what I was saying in there?
What?
We don't have Frieza spaceship.
We don't got space. We don't got space. We don't got nothing.
I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities, man, when it comes to that stuff. Like they also don't have to do what like you said, it's all super, but it's like there was a totally easy way to just do a Planet Vegeta and like throw that in there, something that we just saw in Broly. Like toss that in. There's just simple things. Like you want to throw out old stages, that's fine, and bring in new ones. But I feel like the new options aren't even that vast. I feel like it still feels like just less of what we had.
I hate to say it, but I think the game could have used more time.
Oh yeah.
I think it should have been a 2025 title because
Yeah,
they were
that's what I
trying to
thought
get
it
that
was
out
gonna
of
be.
Diamond.
My guess
They
is like I
wanna-
guess they try to
Okay.
tie it in with like Dragon Ball Daimos release, so then they
Yep.
kind of had to work up to that. That's my only guess.
And I don't take this like straight on, like take this with a grain of salt. But there were audio files found in the game where Ultra Instinct Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku say Kaioken. So which makes me think that they had planned like a more expansive customization feature for characters where you could swap out skills and stuff, but
Yeah,
maybe they didn't have
everything.
time.
Like the whole word customization stuff.
Right, and they hyped up the fact that you could customize your characters only for like 10 characters to actually be able to use like little
Yeah, there's not the customization.
Not gonna
Hey,
lie,
Piccolo got the same-
that's another thing they gotta work on, dog. Like, let me put a scouter on Goku Black, or I don't know, like a Vatara
Yeah, like-
earring on Gotenks or something. Like
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't understand why like they made the costume so restrictive for the characters. Like it doesn't matter if like let me put the yard rat fit on Trunks just to randomly do it.
Not like
like
that, bro.
That would be cool.
Look, we got Goku Super, right? And then we got Goku Super Ultra Instinct. Why don't we get to use Goku Super's costumes on Goku Super Ultra Instinct? It's the same damn character.
They got the same costume, but you gotta pay for them twice for each character.
Where's
Piccolo
Luis
has the
V at?
same Piccolo has 3 costumes, each of them are the same. It's just the turban and then the shoulder guards.
Nah, yeah. Well, where's the Whis V for UI Goku, bro?
Raditz
Get
is
over the Goku having different belts. I was like, bro, that's it. It's just belt tucked in, belt not
Where's any of these things, bro?
localization is removing the natter.
Hey,
I noticed like, somebody posted. Oh yeah, they don't have the end of geek in the game.
No.
you know, it's worse for me though, because it's like I'm an Android 18 fan, right? So like when Arrow was the first person to talk about it, well, like the other Android 18 customization has Destructo disc, and I'm like, okay, so she gets it, but like, where everybody else at though? Like Krillin should have some of the most costumes in the damn game.
Where my Afro
You
Krillin
also
at,
want to
bro?
know that strike? You want to know something else that strikes me as odd with the way that they handle like the characters as well too? And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not really a critique. It just strikes me as odd. They were very quick to replace already canonical designs for certain Dragon Ball characters with super designs. Hence Bardock. Hence 18. Hence 17. And they were just like, all right, cool. The other outfits that were your original Z outfits are now in the shop. Those are your alternate outfits now. It's like they were very quick to just replace Bardock's whole base outfit.
I actually want to expand on that a little bit.
Go ahead.
What's funny about that is when you look at this game, you can tell like these are like Dragon Ball Super Broly inspired designs, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This game, low key, is Dragon Ball Super Broly the game. Where the hell is the Glacier stage, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's my
I
volcano?
was just saying that.
yeah, bro. We need that stage, man.
And it's not. I ain't trying to be like I'm a developer or anything, but
Yeah,
it
same,
can't
same.
be that hard to make that stage.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
people
listen,
are
Soul.
porting in- People are porting in like their own versions from like BT3 and literally just throwing it in with map destruction. With it doesn't look great, but it's with map destruction. I saw someone pull in what's the map with the temple in the middle? It's got a really high ceiling.
The palace. The palace.
Kami's
from,
Lookout.
the battle of King Piccolo.
They
Yeah,
going
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that one,
I
yeah,
didn't know they
yeah,
was doing that.
yeah. Okay.
That was in Tenkaichi 3. But let me tell you, Soul.
Corn
that
sour, or that's the one.
Mhm.
I don't remember the name. But it's like that. It's like that one with the big palace in the middle. That big
And,
phallic
and
looking
it's
palace
just
in the
sky
middle.
all around it,
the
right?
Piccolo area, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
pillars on the sides.
Oh,
Oh, that map. Oh,
Okay,
oh,
okay.
I need to.
I can't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but
Someone ported that in and made it the whole center of it destructible.
okay.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Ready for DLC 2025.
Yeah, because like right now, it's like
one stage.
yeah.
One stage in this game that really disappointed me was the cell games, because in Tenkaichi 3, when you smash someone through the stage, they like explode the whole stage. But in this game, it only like creates little craters. I know it's like a little nitpick, but It seemed like a massive downgrade to me.
You know what's really funny? A lot of these like destroyable stages are locked to story mode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like, they're in there. Why
No,
can't we play them?
let me
So I will say for that one, there is a reason for that.
go ahead.
So they actually did explain, like, and this was a big reason of why they didn't really originally want the game to play, like, to be couch co-op, multiplayer, split screen, however you want to put it, was because the amount of destruction that was up there and the way the game was running, it would crash your stuff. Like, I have a 3060 at home on my laptop. My laptop can barely run this game. And God forbid I play in the city. It's just going to set my laptop on a spiral. So even playing on a PS5, they were really pushing it with allowing any type of like co-op. So for them to just be like, oh, hyperbolic time chamber only, is because all that smoke that renders, all the detail that has to come while you're destroying things, it might actually just mess up your game, and then you're just having an even worse
I
time.
understand that, but what about the clean tournament of power? That has less assets to
Yeah,
to
that has
use.
no
I
assets
have
on it.
no excuse for that.
No, there should be a way to cycle through destructed early. Like, there's just so many things that feel like it's only campaign. Even certain characters have different move sets, like only in story. Like they take away their ultimate and give them a different ultimate.
And you know what, Robert? That was another thing that would have made custom battles great. If you could just like change supers and ultimates for certain characters, just to make it more
That'd be
fun, man.
sick.
That'd be a lot more
Nah,
creative.
Dragon Fist on UI Goku will go crazy.
That would go crazy.
Like I don't care for character creation personally, like actual character customization and making your own shit and taking moves. But that alone, if it's a character canonical move that can go from like different versions, like that makes sense to me. Like there's no reason we don't have a. Do we have a Goku that uses solar flare?
Early.
Early.
Okay. I haven't played it much early, but like it's stuff like that where it's like early could use solar flare, but late can't. It's like make it an option. It might be an option, but give it an option.
Yeah, I think that's fine, especially like so like even from like a stance of just doing like even if it's just like an option in like custom battle. I like what Cosmo was saying. I think that's a big letdown, or whoever said about like being able to switch ultimates and skills and stuff. I think that would have just been like an easy, endless way of just adding content for custom battles, just making you swap out skills and stuff for characters, because it just makes it fun. It's like there's fun in the game, but it's like there's limitations to the fun.
Okay. So we've all came to a consensus that with single player content, it's kind of lacking, kind of mid,
pretty mid.
But let's get to the thing everybody want to know about. All right, y'all online experiences. All right, Arrow. Go ahead.
Real quick. I wanted to say this before we go into
Okay.
This is technically a single player mode. The training mode.
Oh yeah.
I think the training mode for anime games, right? It's a pretty good training mode. I'll give them that. But in terms of like fighting game training modes, I do think they need to like mess around with it or add more options for us to like do. There's still no guard after getting hit option. I think that should just be a thing. I don't know why that's not there.
Yeah, the way like the PC players tested, they have to like use like 2 controllers just to test stuff.
Yeah,
they shouldn't have to do all that.
There's specific things that should just be in there just innately. So I think they need to work on the training mode.
Like if they just gave us an option to like record a bot for training mode, that would literally solve all the issues.
I want to bring this up before you go further. Shout out to Cherry. They made a mod today, right? Where for PC, sadly, I can't play with y'all on it right now. But for PC, they made a mod to where you can practice super counter loops. So yeah, that just came. I got the link to it. Everybody been asking for.
Can you send me that?
Yeah, I literally asked Buddy. He's like, hey, "Can you make a super counter mod?" I went to the bathroom. He's like, "It's done. Here you go." You mean to tell me they ain't put that in the game? He did that.
I literally saw Tom using that earlier.
Yeah.
So it just programmed.
It's programmed that after hit
to force
super counter. Just keep doing it.
Oh. Yeah, so if y'all need one on PS5, I have a custom battle code for y'all, so y'all can practice super counter on there too. If y'all need that.
Hello. You can hold on. You
What I
can
think it is. What's the name of it?
Sand strength. That's what I've been using
No,
the
that's
whole
the
time.
same one I use.
Yeah, bro, that shit is
So y'all just been holding out on tech, like.
So you can set the custom battle to force the CPU
Yeah,
to do
so the
something
guy he
specific.
made it, every time you hit the bot, it will do a super counter so you can practice. And if he sends it back, and it also teaches you how to like vanish supers and ultimates and shit like that.
Oh, you gotta send that in the
Yeah.
chat. What
I
the-
got
I was literally trying to make that on PC today. So me and Dom
No, I
sat
got
in
a
the
PC
room.
code for that too. Whoever needs that too.
Yo,
I got both.
please send that my way, bro. We
Why
was
is that
trying
not
to
in
make
training
that
mode?
all morning.
I got
no.
We gotta make a custom battle for that.
Hey, bro,
That's
by any
hilarious.
means necessary, we train. Shoot.
No, but you know what? And I'm gonna throw this out there. Everybody should do this. We should make a collection of these videos. Everybody just take one assignment. We make a collection, and then everybody makes a YouTube video with the ultimate training course for noobs. I'm telling you, that'll be fucking going
Let's
hard.
do it.
It's actually funny because I wanted to do a guide because people have been asking me to make a guide and I want to get more people in it. So I already had an idea like that. That would be sick.
Yeah,
You
no,
gotta hit him with a
it's easy.
content warning, oh rah.
A content warning?
Yeah, you gotta let them know that this is like 60% going to work online if your internet trash. Like this,
Oh yeah. Well,
so they don't come back saying you lied to them.
Yeah, well, that's on them. You know, if you're playing on whatever Elon's internet thing is, Starlink, that's on you.
Oh,
It's crazy.
Look,
All right,
look.
so here goes the.
Just
that's
pass
the PC
it.
one.
Pat, look, throw it in the chats too if you can. Like,
Yeah, I'm about to.
if y'all want to get good at super counter, like apparently a custom battle is the training mode now. All right, we got cutscenes in training mode, but okay, like, but yeah, I guess I'll start off here and then we go to Arrow about the online experience. All right, not gonna lie to you, this game, like when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be problematic. I'm not a fan. A perception is just funny to me because like I can't say I don't like it because I'm a big favor of defensive mechanics in games, right? But I can say there's a little bit too much for me now, right? Maybe because it's what I played before this and it being Tekken and like I always got to do something. The amount of people I've heard hold triangle circle and I learned on standard control this was like a week ago, right? It's just circle. You mean to tell me they cooking me with just hitting a button? Like, they just hitting a button on standard?
Hello, what? Oh, you talking about for
Yeah,
perception?
perception's just circle. They just holding it. I'm just like, I'm getting cooked by them doing that constantly. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then we learned the key blast tech and stuff like that. Everybody got tired of that. So everybody learned how to play the game with the skill counts. And like, after like, I say like 2 weeks, Vanish Wars, I just get mad. Like, I don't even want to play no more. Like, soon as I start vanishing, I'm like, why is it so slow, bruh? Like, why is it so damn slow? It irritates me.
I remember the first week that when the game was out, and I just seen everybody posting Vanish War clips. It was like, yeah, like the good old times, like the old days. And then with a month in, everybody just hates the shit. Nobody likes it, and it's every time I get into them now, I just honestly purposely lose on the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
I just be tired of doing it. Unless I know I'm like guaranteed to win, I'm just like, bro.
That's one of the
I don't
benefits
wanna
I
do this
have
no
for
more.
playing Trunks, bro. I don't have to deal with that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, unless I'm playing Trunks. Unless I'm playing Trunks and I'm like fuck the war, bro. Oh, okay. Can we curse?
I don't care.
Cause okay. I ain't gonna try to go too crazy, but yeah, with Trunks, I'm like, I ain't gotta deal with this.
Yeah.
Every time I'm on Trunks, I ain't gotta deal with this, but I do gotta deal with rage quits though.
Oh, and that's the one thing I want to talk about. Yo, oh God, I cannot stand the amount of people who rage quit. Some dude, and I could pull it up if I need to, y'all. I beat this dude on ranked, right? He's playing Android 19. Whatever Android 19 says, don't resist. It's fixed. I don't even know. I just hate the quote. Like, I hate hearing it. Like, I turned my TV down as soon as I heard it. I was like, I don't want to. I can't stand his voice. I've always hated Android 19 voice. Bro, I beat him. He's like, oh, that's crazy. You thought you was going to get these points off of me? And I'm like, he messaged me. He's okay. Like, why are so many people okay with quitting in this damn game? It don't make sense to me. Like, people are just like, well, if I was getting cooked, it's fine for me to rage quit, right? And I'm like, no, it's not fine. Just take the L, walk away, go to Twitter, use TikTok, do something, right? But like, I kept getting rage quits back to back. This is like last I was playing Ultra Instinct Goku, and like, they keep picking World Tournament, and they keep getting knocked on the floor. So I'm gonna pop the 4-bar super. You gonna lose 2 health bars. And they be like, man, you so cheap for doing that. Stop picking World Tournament, so I can't do it because it's an easier time for me to kill you. I got 8 rage quits in a 1 hour, and I couldn't make the video because every B-roll was cut short 1 minute and 30 seconds into the dang gameplay. Right? So I got more annoyed editing. Have you ever been mad recording gameplay before? That's what this game. This is the first time I've ever been that mad recording gameplay casually. Right? Like,
It's
I'm not
always
even.
Gogeta 4s,
Yeah.
bro. Always Gogeta 4s, bro. Every time they lose, they rage quit. It's fucking annoying.
Like,
I
I
had
don't
a
get it.
session
Go ahead.
of like a 2-hour recording session.
Mhm.
And it only extended to 2 hours because I could never get a match that like completed a set. And I was like, bro, this literal whole video is just rage quits. And I got so pissed at editing, I was like, I don't want to upload this shit no more. I just scrapped the video. I was like, I don't want to edit it no more, man.
I will say.
And ever since that video, my fault. Ever since that video was edited on last week. I haven't touched the game since I edited that video.
You got to rebrand that video. You got to take that video and say they only rage quit and just make a compilation.
You might be right.
And that's why I say to all my DP players, I feel sorry for y'all, bro. Because I know singles I be going through some BS, but DP,
Bruh.
y'all gotta sit through a whole timeout simulator just to have someone to rage quit on y'all, and then you gotta go to the next match.
Yeah, I know, bro. I was against it. I was like, because they was like, yeah, everybody said single battles, but I was like, but the team aspect, cool, bro. And I was playing DP battles for so long. Then I just got to them points like, oh yeah, they get to their last character, they rage because I was like, bro, I just wasted 10 minutes just to not get nothing. So yeah, I'm not playing this no more. It's only singles.
Yeah, that's why I'm only staying in singles, bro. Y'all got the DP. I'm good.
After today, I'm never going back to DP ranked again. The first 2 games were literal just timeouts because the person kept forcing like Vanish Wars, and then would lose them just to keep swapping his character every single chance he got. And then had 5 characters, so then would drain the match until it hit 0. And I'm just like, dog, I'm just tired, bro. 2 timeouts in a row. And then 5 rage quits. I was done.
The biggest issue right now that I'm facing is when I play singles, I'm like, all right, people are always picking cheesy ass characters, right?
Yeah.
Z Broly with the sparking shit, Gogeta 4 with the sparking shit. We got, UI Gokus and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go to DP battles. Go on DP battles. These matches last like 15 minutes each. And God forbid they have a shitty connection and you can't even Alt F4 because if you do, you're gonna get banned. So it's so cooked, man. It's actually so cooked. They gotta figure like a forfeit system out or something. So like, you could lose your rank, but at least you don't get a penalty for.
That's crazy because I was watching somebody on stream earlier, and somehow somebody forfeited the match. That jump was crazy. I don't know.
There is
how
a forfeit system.
Is there?
How?
It only Yaya found out. So correct me if I'm wrong, Yaya. It only lasts the first few seconds of the match that you can forfeit.
What? Oh,
yes.
nah.
I think the forfeit system should be like, it shouldn't be like spammable or anything. Maybe you're only allowed like 1 or 2 forfeits within like 2 hours.
I mean, I don't mind. If they're forfeiting, cool. Let them forfeit. I get the points still. That's
right. Yeah,
that's all I care about.
scoring. Not only does that, if you rage quit, not only is that putting like a mark on your account saying, hey, this person rage quits, only put them in lobbies with rage quitters, right? It has no benefit. It has no consequences other than that.
You think they should just count rage quits as forfeits?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they definitely should do that. Because
And the crazy part about
there should be no reason that I am playing Super Saiyan Sword Trunks on ranked facing full power Jirens who go straight into Insta Spark, Keflas who all do the same damn thing of doing a reverse dash and doing their ultimate. I did like, I'm not gonna block it, and when I know how to deal with their BS, they rage quit. Or UI Goku, that Goku. I mean, I'm going to say this all the time. If you're using those characters, bro, and you're quitting on this game, something's wrong with you, bro. I'm sorry, something's wrong with you.
And I will say one thing that caught me the other day. We started playing Death Note, and I come to realize Death Note is the game that has less funding, less resources than Sparking Zero, and somehow they're dealing with rage quitters before Sparking Zero. They sent out a whole message board saying that they will start taking actions very soon. I was just like, damn, Sparking Zero just said, get good and just let us go.
$10 experience versus $100 experience.
By the way,
I got mine for
that game
free.
got crossplay.
It's a free experience for PlayStation.
They got crossplay?
Yes, they
They
got
got crossplay.
No, we're
Death got crossplay
It has
before. Naruto got
crossplay.
crossplay before. My Hero got crossplay before. Dragon Ball got crossplay. Death Note got crossplay. Crazy.
Is that the full? Let's think. Is that the first anime game with crossplay?
No, Breakers.
Yeah.
Breakers.
I did not know Breakers had crossplay too. So all the cheap
That's 'cause
games
nobody
got
play
crossplay? Kids and Breakers like $20?
I think that was more so an attempt to get more people to play the game because it wasn't doing well.
But the idea is like we now see that it's capable. They're capable of doing it. They just won't.
Well, not only that, right? Like, they have to see. I know that 12,000, right, to 16,000 players a day is good for an anime game. It is good. We can't deny that. But
Yeah.
could you imagine how many players are on Xbox right now who literally can't get matches, and who are just like, I wish I could play, but I can't even get a tournament.
I literally had someone DM me, Raw, that said that like they had to switch to the PC version of the game just because it takes them 30 minutes to find a match.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I have a homie that plays on Xbox. Well, I played because he doesn't play the game anymore because he can't find any matches to play. And that's like an overall issue of like their games on Xbox. Because Dragon Ball FighterZ was kind of similar, but it was very hard to find matches on Xbox. And like their load times were atrocious. I remember I used to watch him stream, and he would be loading in a match for almost 3 minutes, just sitting there on a black screen before the match starts on the Xbox. And I'm like,
And there's a simple solution, and I know they can integrate it late because other games that use Unreal integrated it late, right? Things like Rocket League and stuff like that, they didn't have crossplay on launch. They added it later. So it's like, if they can do it, I'm sure we can do it. It's just, they probably
Here's my
did,
honest truth, not to cut you off there. My honest truth is I feel like they don't want to add crossplay for like multiplayer games simply because they know people gonna cheat. Cause like, and I know that's a BS. I know that's a BS excuse, but like Cosmic can attest to this. We know about the Ultra Rumble cheaters, right, on PC, and like
that game got crossplay too, don't it?
But like the
know,
answer to that though, Yaya, would be simply just to not allow PC to be part of the crossplay. Like just simply make it
what's the point?
No. An even greater answer to that is they did the same thing on Fighters with the anti-cheat. Just pay, but they don't want to pay for the anti-cheat.
Yeah, they don't.
They're not making enough money to pay that money.
The issue with
I would argue
anti-cheats
they
is
are
that
making it. Sorry, go ahead.
the issue with anti-cheats is that then we lose capabilities of using, even like cosmetic mods completely.
Yeah.
And almost every PC player I've seen runs some sort of cosmetic mod. Like you couldn't even use a mod that changes the character icons in the select screen anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I love the modding scene, and they gonna hate me for saying. They gonna hate me for saying that is a loss that should be taken for a game that you're paying for.
God. We have no costumes.
Well, okay.
Look.
I'll add another layer.
And I'll say a good alternative though is that at least like with Fighters, you can play with mods. You just gotta have somebody else to turn anti-cheat off. You and your homies play. You can play with mods. Just turn anti-cheat off.
Oh my God.
But I do
agree with that,
understand
though.
it though.
No, like if you're doing single player, and maybe, I mean, they should look at the community and say, yeah, there's a strong mod community, right? Let's integrate it into the game. Look at like Halo and stuff like that, right? Now we're talking really big picture, and it's a really large ask. But you look at like games like Halo and stuff, like they have a modded server that you can go play modded modes and make your own cheats and all this other stuff, and they're just like, have fun. That is no anti-cheat on it. And then this is the anti-cheat version. So
Yeah, like give it mod support.
what is it?
I said, yeah, like give it mod support, because Baldur's Gate just did that actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's a simple fix that you'll have that separation, because everyone loves mods. No one's gonna say they don't love mods. I agree, ranked would have a bunch of people like using custom battle fucking Pataras. What are they called in this game?
Red Pataras or something.
Red
My God, the
Pataras.
Red Pataras.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna use them in ranked 100% if you make it crossplay. But if you have that differentiating lane, it's gonna change it. It's just a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask.
But then I think, is it really though? I was like, is it a lot to ask in the gaming space? No. Is it a lot to ask for anime games? Yeah. Which sucks because we're at the bottom of the barrel. That's so crazy.
The thing is, this is the first anime game that's been developed like a AAA, and I can tell you that because I've actually looked into the files. I've looked into how the models are constructed. No anime game I've seen has had such like high poly models with like such defined features, right?
That's true.
Even if the models look a little rough sometimes, they're constructed like AAA title models. They have dedicated stuff for each like coloring system, like every other AAA title does. No anime game has done that before. Even the stages, they're outsourcing like to various other studios, not only to make the models. They're also outsourcing for like stages and stuff. Which shocks me. If they're outsourcing, where are all the other stages?
So,
They're not doing
can I
that
ask you a
in-house.
question?
What's going on?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
The resources for Super 17, are they in the game? This about to be like 3 questions. Sorry.
If I remember correctly, somebody did find that there are a lot of like leftover like indexes or indices, I guess, of characters that were in Tenkaichi 3 but weren't here.
Okay.
I don't know how right that is. I haven't personally looked into that. I mainly looked at like models and stuff personally.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay. No, I was just gonna ask because, like, I know with some things, it's like once all the resources is in the game, it's just as simple as just hitting that switch and saying, "Hey, put it on live" or "Take it off live." Like, it's really just that simple.
I wouldn't say that, because you have to keep in mind, first of all, they gotta make sure they get the moveset done before the model and stuff, because visuals always come last. You don't start building a character before you start building the game system, right? So if they got a moveset done, they're probably working on models. We know that they were working on the game's DLC alongside the game's release, because we saw those renders of the gammas, right? Those are the renders that are going to be used in the game, and those renders are painted versions of the actual models. They're PNGs of the models that they painted over, essentially. So we know that DLCs were being worked on alongside the actual game. In terms of unreleased, content or unused content that they might release later, they could do free updates and stuff for sure. Because as we know, even though we have a lot of content, the game feels like it's lacking a lot. And character variety, it feels like the characters do have a lot of variety, but the lack of customization makes the game feel a little dry sometimes. Stuff like stages they could do for free content. They could add older tracks from the older Tenkaichi games, because I gotta be honest, the older Tenkaichi tracks were fire, right? This game, one thing I have, this is going a little off topic. This game has okay soundtracks, but every single soundtrack in this game sounds like it was made for a cutscene and not for fighting.
Yeah,
and the one that was made for fighting, there's one I really love.
That's the one that was
really love. It's a sparking only.
Right, yeah. It's I think it's called Fighting Spirit. It's the one they had with the Goku Blue versus Vegeta fight in the preview show. That's the That's probably the only soundtrack that I can say confidently sounds like a Tenkaichi track. Everything else just sounds like cutscene music.
There's another one. The name is escaping me right now. I think it's
This game got music.
I think it's called Malicious Intent.
Oh, malicious intent.
That song. Why can't I use that song? It's so good.
Is it only a sparking song, like a sparking mode song?
It's only a sparking mode.
It's only a sparking song.
That sucks.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of the tracks are good, but most of it feels like it was built for cutscenes and not actual fighting. So it doesn't really fit, you know? It feels like cinematic soundtracks that you would see in like a movie, but it doesn't really feel like it fits the mood of the actual battles at all.
I'll put it in the Discord. That's
Arrow now I can download.
Oh no, that's fire. That's fire. Hold on. Now why is it
it's only a sparking sound.
Now that
Why
sounds
can't I
like a
just
Tenkaichi
use
track
this?
too. Why did? Oh no.
Yeah,
that's
it's basically like an old school Tenkaichi track, man.
That sounds
that
like a
song is
Tenkaichi track
fire.
too. That sounds good, bro.
I don't know. Why even make sparking only tracks? What are we doing?
Now, honestly,
That is
this
a good
game is gonna die because of its online functionality.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I have to add on.
Like absolutely shambolic.
The characters are not as much of an issue, in my opinion, as the battle mechanics being broken. The battle mechanics are unbalanced, and the fact that I'll just put it this way: Tenkaichi 3 had really broken characters, and I'm talking really, really broken characters. You know how they balanced that game? By making sure the battle system was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We still had like 30
I had something to say.
damage ultimates. We still had health bar melting combos. The only thing is, the game was balanced mechanically. This game is not.
What I was told earlier today was that it's a skill issue. Everything you're saying is a skill issue.
No, that's not. It can be a skill issue. That's why I don't agree with a lot of that because. All right, so this is why I get into it, right? Because there's some people that think super counters are like the best thing of all time, and the problem is that even if you think it's good the way it is, it's not fun to look at past 2 to 3 reps of it. Right? Like, I'll be honest, I commentated Globku's Ultimate Burst yesterday, and it was hype because people were doing it towards the end of matches, right? And then after that one time they did the end of the matches, it was happening the whole other 2 games. So now I'm just hearing in my ear in HD, boom, 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 boom. Like, this is not Planet of the Apes, bruh. And then one person mess up. It's the same thing.
If he was seeing it, it feels like the people that like try to hype it up there. To me, it's like when them trying like to glorify it, like it's like if you play fighting games, like a third strike parry. But when it's not, it's like a lot of people say, it's just a rhythm. You don't, the timing doesn't change, and it doesn't really vary too much off of like a different moves for the most part. It's like it normally it's like it's a consistent timing a lot of times. And once you get into that rhythm, it's just who's gonna mess up first. And that's like the most annoying part about like the 2 most annoying mechanics to deal with for defensively in this game is super counter and vanishing. And both of them things are who's gonna mess up first.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense to me because in BT3, both of those mechanics weren't really an issue.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You weren't.
That's my biggest problem with it. Like, you saw in BT3, the vanish, it took 1 bar a key and it got faster and it was harder with each attempt. But now you got it the same speed to where anybody at any level can do it. And then you even have super counter, which I tested because I be labbing this game way too much. I'm just a lab fiend. But my first week of learning this mechanic, you can literally just hold up on the left analog stick, mash it out, reset the stick, do it again. And for characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or any character that hits really fast, it's really easy to break out of. So then you have to break your combo early, but even by doing that, you mash it out and you still have a chance of getting out my combo. It's so corny, man. It's so corny.
My only issue with this... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The thing about super counters, or they were called Z counters in Tenkaichi 3. Super counters in Tenkaichi 3 were a skill check that separated good players from regular players.
Exactly.
They were, if you were a regular player, they were a last resort combo breaker.
I would never try to do that shit in Tenkaichi.
And the thing that made them so balanced in Tenkaichi 3 is that if you miss the input, if you do an input at the wrong time, the game wouldn't let you do another super counter for another.
It locked you out.
It locked you out.
And in this game, in Sparking Zero, you can spam that shit without any consequences. So you can the worst player in the entire game can guarantee at least 1 or 2 super counters by just mashing the input, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of defeats the whole purpose of this super last resort, cool looking counter that kind of separates good players from bad players.
And then it makes it even worse for like things like revenge counter, because revenge counter costs 2 skill counts, right? So like if you do that, someone can super counter it back. So like now you just wasted that skill count for no reason.
Yeah.
And so here, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, so my issue, and you guys, especially as like BT3 veterans, who can back me on this, because typically when I had these conversations, I don't have anybody who played competitive BT3, BT2 to back me on this. So would you guys agree that it is not the same as back in BT2, BT3?
No,
absolutely not.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Because the argument that I always get is, then you weren't a true BT3 enjoyer. And I'm just like, dude, I went to tournaments. What is you on? You play with your boys down the block. We are not the same. Like, there are just things in this game that are just overtuned, and they do need to be brought down a bit. And it's not the same as BT3. And the argument that it is the same as BT3 and we're just not remembering because we're old here definitely needs to be thrown out the window.
Look, I'll put it like this. Like, out of everybody I've seen talk about the game, and I'm not trying to sound gatekeeper or mean, but I'll say about like 10% of people, probably, I could tell you like Arrow's one of them. I've been around here and there, but not as crazy. Creeps, Solid that I had on before on for the pre-show of this, he literally told me like it's not the same because the battle mechanics of the game, like the system, the way it works, is not as fleshed out as Tenkaichi 2 nor 3. That's the first thing he said. Like it's a whole segment of that as well. But yeah, I don't agree. Like this game made it like, and I'm not trying to say this to say it's mean or be mean about it. But if y'all know what I mean by this, and some people in my chats might understand this, but I call this Dragon Ball Tenkaichi Strive. That's what I call it, right? That's what I mean. Meaning in the way where like the game itself is modernized, but in some places it just doesn't hit for everybody. You know, not even calling it bad. It's just that like a lot of people are either frustrated by the release version of the game or have some gripes about it. But the one thing I wanted to say that 2 things that pissed me off about this game. Number 1, the lock on. The lock on is horrendous in this game. And like literally, and then everybody will tell me like, oh, just fly to the top of the map. They'll lock on. I fly to the top of the map and I see them in the corner. I can't back down. Now I'm getting ultimate because I'm still trying to lock on to Buddy. I can't back down. And I'm like, he got another one? I'm still trying to lock on. That's the one biggest gripe I had about this game. Like, whoever decided to change the way it worked, because the maps work differently, they were smoking. All right? I want to have a talk with you personally. Like, we got to have a conversation, a dialogue. That's it.
Yeah. Wait, what's the other thing? You said it was 2 things.
This one irks the hell out of me. And people was roasting me on Twitter. I had to mute the tweet, right? And, like, I think I'm just not sadly... The stages, the terrain and the barriers of the game piss me off.
Yeah, it interrupts the combat a lot.
I literally lost the game earlier because my side steps kept like leaving me in place, and then I'm caught in a combo.
Yeah.
And then there will be times to where like even when you are doing your combo, your character will just randomly stop attacking. So you're like, bro, what is my character doing?
I literally can't play Videl because of that.
Now, what about the times you're trying to grab, but you do like 3 step-ins instead?
Man.
Oh yeah. Although I mitigate that by just holding guard. I just hold guard in this.
Have any of you tried to like sidestep a big back and still get grabbed?
Yep.
A
Yeah,
big
Get
back.
sidestep.
Who was a big bag? You mean like Fat your number?
Giant?
No, like big characters, like 19.
That doesn't make no.
That sounded like a
Big
slur. I was
characters.
like, hold
Like,
Yeah.
I was playing a 19 earlier. The 9, this 19 is literally spam grabbing me the whole game. I know he's about to grab me. I sidestep the grab, still get grabbed. I'm like, hold on now. I was behind him.
Is it Dale? Is this because like their hitbox and their grab is the entire size of their
They
body?
big back. They're big
And then
back.
there's
So
even
like
times
even
where,
when you sidestep, you're still in front of them.
And then there's even times to where like y'all probably experience this because we all play online a lot, but perception. We all know how to deal with perception, right? But there are times when you are behind the person, bruh, and you know you're gonna hit this guy. Try as the community say back shots, that's what they like to say. But even when you hit them, they still get a perception. Like, bro, I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
How?
I'm gonna be honest,
Also-
bro. They made perception far too strong. They made the defense. I'm not gonna lie. Perception was decent in Tenkaichi 3, right? It was a pretty widely used system. Most people used it, but in this game, it's so strong that it's everybody's primary focus on defense. That should not be happening. That should not be the case. The guard
Because
button should be the primary focus. Not the
You literally can
I'm
spam
not.
it
I'm
over
not
and
even
over
gonna
and over
lie.
again.
I'm getting beat up. I'm not blocking. I'm holding perception. 90% of the time.
You should be guarding instead because that should be your primary focus on
And
defense.
it's crazy. The things that beat perception go out the window when they have stocks because it turns into super perception. Now you just can't do anything. Yeah, you have to get behind.
That's and
Perception pisses me off, bro.
I need to talk to whoever at the office was like, yeah, let's make super versions of these mechanics. And there was no reason to do that. Why? It's okay for it to have a counter.
Gotta have super.
The one counter to perception in Tenkaichi 3 was just hitting them really damn hard. They took that shit out and said, nah, if we take one skill count, you can counter the counter.
Oh, you know what? You made me think about something. They hyped up a mechanic that they clickbaited. It's in the game, and you may have gotten it like once or twice on accident. But the first couple trailers, they was hyping the hell out of the mechanic, being able to knock away beams and stuff like that, right? You never see the shit. Like you might get it once, like, oh my bad, he threw a ball.
I've only used it like
That's because those motherfuckers fire at you at Mach 4.
I
Right.
think it gives you a key back if you.
Yeah, it gives you a buff that makes you.
Oh,
charge,
what
like,
gives you
great.
key back?
Deflecting beams.
Yeah.
It gives you a buff.
Yeah, but the other problem about the deflecting beams too is like sometimes like because of the recovery you come out so slow, the enemy actually has an advantage on you to get close to you, so it's not even worth doing most of the
Yeah,
time.
you just
anyway.
stuck
It's not like-
there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go behind and do the Q sweep.
Like,
Also, because somebody tell me does when you're perceptioning somebody, does I guess like the frame data vary depending how close you are to each other? Because there's been times where I perception somebody like 3 times back to back, and it's supposed to be my turn, but they mash out faster than me.
I think that's just a character difference.
yeah, I think it's really like character difference because like some characters definitely have like better
That's
hit
so
priority. and it's
Because like if you're going against like Gogeta, right? You're not beating them if you're matching first. If y'all even, you're not beating him. Same thing with Kid
But
Buu.
'cause I have it in a video that I could send. Like, I was fighting against a Goku player. I can't remember who I was using. And I did that shit like 4 times in a row, and he punched me in my mouth every time. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it no more. I'm a perception. I'm just trying to walk away.
But like the biggest issue for me, and I don't know about y'all, besides like, you know, everybody talks about like super counter and Z counter and like my biggest problem with this game being being a BT2 player and then playing BT3, why does the skill count in this game go up so fast, bruh?
I was gonna mention that because
like,
somebody
bruh,
said somebody
you're
that in the
telling
chat.
me if I beat somebody so bad they lose a health bar, they get 1 skill count for that? What?
Yes, because so somebody brought up in the chat, and that is, whenever I think of like balance and stuff now, I love like the Killer Instinct documentary of what the developers that they had, and one of the developers talked about a lot of balance patches for games, especially fighting games and stuff. developers find the symptoms, but they never find the disease of the game. So they look at all of like the surface level things that people are complaining about, and they change those. But then you come to find out those aren't the big issues. And to me, I think the disease of the game is how fast stocks build. Stocks build faster when they get in backshotted. They build faster in Vanish Wars. You get a bar by default every time you lose a bar health. It's like there's no reason for all of these options to speed up how fast you get stocks. You don't need that.
And then when you add, there's no key sickness in this game either. So when you are dealing like characters like Super Vegito, who can, I know how to deal with after image strike, right? But the thing is, it's not going to matter if I beat up Vegito again. He's going to get it right back again. So then I got to stall out the match again. And then people will be like, no, it's a skill. No, bro. I know how to deal with it. It's like, boring.
No. Let me add to that point, because that actually pisses me off when people say it's a skill issue for that, right?
Like,
because you got to realize ranked DP pisses me off because it's so long. Like, I ain't gonna lie, as a YouTuber, it's been a blessing, because one match finish a video, I get 8 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, one match to finish it up. But like, damn, bruh. Like, like people with after image, like I literally have Vidal on my team because of after image. I won't lie, because most people just go mash. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just keep charging while you're trying to hit me. You're not gonna hit me. I got 15 seconds to get a full bar off of you. And then the other player, I'm like, oh, dang it. Now he got 6 bars. He finna double up on after image. Now we running for like 30 seconds of a minute. He either running for me because he know you finna catch these key blasts, or he going up and down the screen trying to make sure he don't get key blast combo, right? So I'm like, ah, dang it. Now I'm sitting here waiting a whole minute go by, and my heart I begin so hurt when the time is on 60, when the timer pop up on the screen, because I'm like, I know I'm about to get hit with the biggest cheese of my life. Like they finna just somehow know how to just checkmate. GG, shake my hand. Like, it was this match, and quick little story, because I gotta talk about this. This morning, dude had like, it was like Hercule, and then like Master Roche. I was like, oh, okay. Then he had another character. I was like, oh, she it was like a forest. I can't remember the other character. But the last character, and it was a 60 seconds, and I realized that I killed 2 of the characters, but the last character had so much. It was a Gogeta blue. Oh no, it was a super Gogeta. It had like 4 or 5 bars. I was like, oh my god, I got 60 seconds to take down 4 bars. It's no way. And legitimately, the only reason I got lucky is because I had double instant spark, so I just doubled through the spirit bomb. Like I was mashing like, I can't back down, throw, can't back down. And I was like, I'm taking these 4 bars, bro. It's only 60 seconds left, and I feel like the game makes you want to play hyper aggressive because of that. So like they need to change the rate of skill counts going up, because people are just. They're like, oh, I'm gonna play the Vanish War. He know he ain't got no key. I'm gonna gain 2 bars off of this Vanish War interaction, because he gonna keep playing it till he lose. Damn, now he knocked me away. He not gonna vanish again. He gonna lose his health bar and I get skill counts? Man, I don't know.
And bruh, let me tell you, Yaya. So before I got S5 with Trunks, I had to defeat a full power Jiren. We were both in Sparking, so you already know how that's like. The Z counter war, when both of y'all characters are in Sparking, you know it's gonna be a minute of just Z countering for like 5 minutes. You're like, oh brother, oh brother.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about something before we derail even further, though. But personally, I don't have a problem with Insta Spark, and I have a problem with like some characters. They just go straight into the shit. They don't even say nothing. They just go into it. However, I don't have a problem with Insta Spark as a concept, because in traditional, normal Tenkaichi, there was power up to the very limit, right?
Yeah. And
some characters have the cutscene that gave them the bars, which I'm cool with. I don't really hate it. Yeah. But I do think Insta Spark is not that much of an issue. I think one other thing that really needs to change about the game, and this comes from me, if y'all know me, if y'all didn't know me before Sparking, I'm very big on like controllers and accessibility. Right, I have so many controllers, y'all would be like, damn, like, but I hate that I can't change certain buttons on the control scheme. And like, my biggest issue is like, for people that don't know, I absolutely hate the PS5 controller. Like, my main reason I think the PS5 controller is
Right.
dog shit, straight garbage.
Yo, chill.
Look, it's good for everything else but fighting games. That's how I feel about it. I let it slide with that, and that's me being nice. But generally, I want to play on PC because I want to use what Arrow has, like the 8-bit dough and the Xbox controller. Don't look at the camera, I saw that. But regardless, yeah, I just think the accessibility of the game is a very weird thing to lack coming from a Dragon Ball game. They usually have great accessibility options in the game, and when you try to switch some buttons, it's like go left and right for the face buttons. The back buttons can only be changed from different back buttons. D-pad, oh, maybe the analog stick. I knew the game was gonna be whack. I knew the game 10 minutes in, the controls was gonna be garbage. When they told me they wanted me to click L3 and something to switch in off rip, you're high. These controllers cost $70. You want me to break my controller trying to tag a character in? So I changed it. That was the first thing I changed when Sparking came out. So
I still have to change that, man, because I'll end up accidentally emoting sometimes. I'm like, what am I doing?
just be in shambles. Man. So
yeah, that's why I play on standard because I've been playing Dragon Ball games for so long. Because from Budokai and Infinite World cancels, and then playing Tenkaichi 2 a lot, I'm used to blocking with L1. So when I got the game for the first time, I tried to change it to L1 on this game. You couldn't. So I was like, okay, what? But that was because I was on Classic, and like Yaya said, you can't change certain buttons. So the only way I was able to put my guard on L1, I had to play on standard, and that's why I'm playing on standard controls now.
You say switches?
Yeah, that stuff's so annoying to me. Like, I feel like I like my Classic controls. But I had a similar situation. I forgot what I was trying to change. I think it was one of the new moves. I was like, I don't like it there. It just feels weird. I need to switch it. And Classic's like the most locked down controller setup.
It's
right
like
now.
locked down like crazy.
Yeah.
I just say that.
Go ahead.
Playing this game, it's like one of the most superficial things I've seen in a long time. Because I played all of the Tenkaichis, and going back to Tenkaichi 1 and then looking at Tenkaichi 3, you can really see how they refined the system. And then when you go to Sparking Zero, it looks like the guys that took over, Jun Furutani and his team, they looked at it and they just ported over a bunch of stuff. Like there's problems in Tenkaichi, in Sparking Zero that existed in Tenkaichi 3 that shouldn't be there. Like they ported over Bardock getting hyper armor when he goes into Sparking. I never understood why I had that in Tenkaichi 3, and what it feels like to me is that they don't really know how to develop a fighting game. They just knew that people were really looking forward to this game, and they ported over as much as they could, and didn't really understand how to put any checks and balances in place. I really do honestly think that they should have had some people in there that understand fighting games, and it would have been a more enjoyable experience, because there was a lot of people online saying, oh, we want chaos, and I was like, yeah, but we had chaos in Tenkaichi 3, but there were checks and balances. This is chaos with just a whole bunch of stupid slaps on top of it.
Here's my perception of that too. I'll be quick about it, but I also think when they made the game, right? Like you said, BT2, BT3 was evolutions of each other, right? Starting with BT1. This game, straight up, they said, okay, well, it's been 20 years. We need to make it more casual, right? And if you look at any gaming franchise, I think that's what they were trying to do. I don't like the decision. I think they need to really look at what the game was to fix it, right? But this is happening across the gaming industry right now with lots of franchises where they're trying to modernize it to make it more open to everybody, so anyone can pick it up and play with no practice whatsoever.
Same.
It's a serious issue in gaming right now across the board, because everyone wants, and it's weird because this game doesn't have right now a live service feel, but if you look at the game, it feels like it should be a live service.
Yeah.
When I was filling out that survey, it was like, yeah, would you go on a battle pass and stuff? I'm like, honestly, yeah, because this game might as well have it. It might as well have it. It needs it.
Okay, kind of talking about that. How would you guys feel if they had a gacha system specifically for costume? Costume.
Look, I don't mind the gacha system if it's purely for colors. Like if there's like a really cool color that you can only get in the gacha one in the gacha system, yeah, get hella lucky. Cool, whatever, right? Do not put costumes in there.
Yeah, don't put costumes in there.
Do not do that.
Let me say this.
That's gonna piss me off.
Let me say this. Cosmo, we know about Ultra Rumble. After that,
oh yeah,
hell no. I will go to Bandai myself and tell them delete this shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what I was saying. Like for me getting into like because I do gacha content on my other channel. Me getting into that and then realizing what they did to Ultra Rumble, I don't trust them to even do like a decent gacha system. Because even gacha itself is already predatory, but what they did for Ultra Rumble was worse than predatory.
What about if obviously the game is I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The game is expensive. It starts at $70. You can't get it cheaper than $70 unless you get it from like a third party, right?
I spent 100.
What if they kept the gacha system locked to in-game currency and you couldn't buy it with DLC?
Okay, I don't mind that.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
They're gonna make it so you buy currency. No game would ever say.
I was it'll just be Mortal Kombat at that point.
Because I gotta be honest, the content in this game, I hate to say it, man, it's kind of dry.
No, spit it out, man. Spit it out. Nah.
I think you're 100% right that it honestly could use a gacha and just like. I like loot boxes. I got no problem admitting it. I enjoy loot boxes, man. I'll gamble that shit away. Yeah. I love it.
I love grinding for loot boxes and stuff if it's all like not real life money, because at that point there isn't really a consequence. If I spend like $30 on a loot box and I don't get the costume I want, then I'm gonna be upset at the game, right? I'm not gonna want to play that shit anymore. But if they lock that behind an in-game currency, that gives me more incentive to grind for more and more of that in-game currency to then use on that costume like loot box.
My problem?
My fiance instantly texted me. She said, "Are you fucking gambling?" I was like, "No."
The loot box talk. But I don't know. I agree. But at the same time, if they make it so hard that you have to sit here and grind like 6 hours just to get one chance at a costume or something like that, at that point, I kind of rather pay the money. Because like,
I'm with that. That's giving me more incentive to actually play the game. Because right now, I gotta be honest. I'm finding less and less reasons to log on to the game every single day.
But when things are so broken, it's like, do you really want to sit there and give yourself a headache for 6 hours straight?
I was at that point, if a costume takes you, I don't know, like 2 weeks to get. Is it really worth fighting all those Gojitas to get that costume?
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
No, because here's my stance on it. Go ahead, Raw.
What did you guys think of Multi's like system?
Oh, Dragon Ball. You mean Dragon Ball Multi?
Oh, I didn't.
The test that came out.
It was fine, but it was also free to play, right? So they're gonna have you pay like real life money for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
I look. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really look at it. I'm anti-gacha game, so like, this is not a good question to ask me. I'm a hater all the way through. Yeah, I'm a straight hater. But like, if I could play it and unlock it by just potentially getting it, because what I hate is a Sparking, knowing Spike Chunsoft as right. They'll go, oh, we have a gacha system, and they're gonna put the Dragon Ball Superheroes Goku in the game. And if I see that drop rate say 1.1 times 2%, and I played this shit for 10 hours, I ain't got it, I'ma fucking crash out. I ain't with it. So that way, I agree that I would like to find another way to unlock stuff in the game. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like it should
100%
definitely
at this game right now, bro. I got nothing to do on it.
They could do like early unlocks. I'm guessing what they could do is like give you an opportunity to not only grind for these items, but if you value your time and maybe hey, you got work or something, right? And you only get like an hour or two to play every other day, but you want to get that one really cool Goku costume, you can just pay for it.
Yeah, there should definitely be options. Like I don't think it should be strictly pay for the customization or.
See, I like that. I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with that.
That's why Ultra Rumble. I stopped playing Ultra Rumble. I honestly think Ultra Rumble is probably one of the best anime games we had in the last decade. The problem is when they did the gacha shit, and like you'll see everybody on rank playing Endeavor, and you still playing with Deku from like 4 months ago, and you can't buy the character. They tied the characters to the gacha system, and the gacha rates were like trash, like 1.2%. What was it, Cosmo? Like 5.0, not even 5, like 3.5%.
It was like 3 or like 2 or
I
something.
told y'all when they said the pity doesn't carry over when a new banner comes.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So you just lose, and then I didn't get enough this time during that patch, but I still got another chance to lose on the next bit. That is insane. No, as soon as I found that out, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this no more. It's a fun game though.
But I didn't. Go ahead.
Hold on, somebody put in the chat. Why does every gamer need an incentive to play the game besides just playing? Because there aren't enough content within a lot of these games to just keep playing. Like Rar just said, he 100%ed the game. There's nothing else for him to do other than just get on and play ranked.
And I'm not a ranked guy, like personally.
And the thing is, for this game, is like if you're not an online player, if you're like someone who likes to play online, what is there for you to do?
That is why the player base has dropped.
And even online, people don't even want to play this game online either. So it's kind of like, yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities for things, right? Like I don't hear a lot of people talk about this, right? And I'm surprised that like Rhyme and them haven't said this really in videos. But like I only say that because they are spearheading, right? This like local or online local kind of vibe where it's like the 3 idiots. You know, you can tag team and play as your own characters. I thought from the start this game was probably going to drop with something like that because how much they've influenced the community in like BT, that it's like, okay, like I could totally see them dropping like, oh, you play as this character, your friend plays as this character, and you fight a CPU. I totally pictured that, or a tag team like 2v2. I thought that would be on launch. I'm surprised it didn't come out with it on launch.
Yes, dude. Honestly, if they released like a mode where you could play custom battles with your friends, oh my god, it's over.
That would be sick.
It's actually over.
It's fire.
I think it would change the game completely.
I think
Personally, I think it's weird because you have to wonder if they're planning a sequel anytime in the next like 5 years. Because if they are, this is all stuff that they're probably just like, all right, forget it now. Like,
there is a reason why it is named Sparking Zero. A lot of times, whenever something in media is labeled zero, it normally means a restart, a fresh beginning. So they're more than likely planning to make this an ever-evolving series in the future.
One gotta go crazy, dog.
Yeah, like at the very least, I imagine, like, you know, the manga content, whenever that decides to get adapted, like that's another game right there, just strictly based off the manga content.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when, and I don't picture. Here's the thing: if they do what they did with BT 1 and 2 and 3, I doubt that. We're in a different world now where things do not get adapted in 6 months.
No,
you know.
Oh yeah, no.
But I do think they're going to probably update this game because they see the potential.
No,
I don't think like past DLC it's gonna stop. They'll probably carry over because I mean look at Xenoverse 1 and 2. Like I'm not even a Xenoverse head, but like you can see there was a lot of content there and a lot of carryover into 2 and a lot of improvements.
That's the GTA of anime games. That should not die.
Xenoverse 2, that game's been alive forever, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I think we'll end up getting like, I think we'll get like free DLC or like free costumes and stuff with some of the DLC, or just random drops eventually too. I know they're probably like pretty busy dealing with the immediate surge of questions and feedbacks and things like that right after launch. Yeah, but I imagine like come next year, especially around Christmas time, I imagine they're gonna announce something like that's easy sales if it's for Christmas.
Okay.
I'll go to bat for the game any day. I will go for at bat because I've wanted this game for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But I'll also point out the things I don't like.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because you, from watching your video that I commented on and I DM'd you about the Tenkaichi thing, your video, Arrow's video, Soul's video, and Yaya, like the hate in Yaya's video, he shouldn't have got what he got. Like I when I saw that comment section for Yaya's video, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. That junk was crazy.
What kind of hate are you lot getting?
Bro, all right. So let me explain the video because a lot of people didn't understand it apparently, right?
I'll be right back.
And all right, go ahead. So I literally rewrote the video. It was my spark. I wanted to push the idea that just because a game isn't labeled competitive you could still have fun playing it or take it to that level, right?
Yeah.
And essentially, there's two sides of people that was in the comment section. It's the sparking people that hate on sweaty players, and then there's like some FGC people that are like, hell no, this game doesn't deserve to be there, right? So for once in history, them niggas unified in my comment section, right? And like I woke up and like I feel like I got botted on the video because I haven't seen a dislike bar ever that long on a Dragon Ball video in my life, right? Like it was so crazy, and I was like, all right, bro, it's not that deep. And then like every time somebody commented on the video, you could tell the person didn't watch it because I made the timestamps, right, for the exact thing they would comment. And it was like, some dude was like, well, you didn't talk about other games that are not competitive like that. First 30 seconds of the video, I mentioned Smash Brothers, right? And another part of the video, a lot of people was just mad tilted because I was like, hey, I think a lot of fighting games going through this right now. Like every fighting game that's if you've been watching fighting games actively, there's something every community is complaining about right now, right? Mike being here, you know, like the Tekken people don't know if they want.
Players think Street Fighter 6 is shit.
Yeah, Street Fighter players think that's trash. Tekken 8 versus Tekken 7 is a constant thing. Grand Blue, when that came out, what they complain about? 6XL, right? Like
MK1 just always going through it.
Yeah,
MK1.
Can I address like both of those sides of the conversation quickly before we?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm part of the FGC. Like I've been playing fighting games to a pretty good level for a long time, and some of the bullshit coming out of their mouths is quite hilarious. They have said that Sparking Zero can't be competitive because it's not balanced. Yet they sat there playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all their lives and Third Strike, which they're fine. Call those two games balanced, then you're retarded. Secondly, the people that are on Twitter saying, oh, all of these sweats are ruining the game. I'm like, what is the alternative? Do you want me to sit there and be shit at the game for your benefit? Or what do you want me? I don't understand both sides of this conversation. The FGC
People are at the like they didn't play MK9 in the Justice 1 for money in tournaments or something.
Oh, I got grilled. Yo, they got on me for the Injustice 1 thing, right? Because like I to be honest with you, there's people I haven't seen comment on my channel since Injustice 2 came out, right? Which was shocking to me because I was like, y'all do realize people played Injustice 1. He was like, name something broken about Injustice 1. That's as bad as Sparking. And I'm like, did you play the game? Like I was so confused. He was like, name one of the strongest characters that just skipped everything. I'm like, Batgirl's in that game.
Superman.
Yeah.
Superman had a full tournament. I played it in tournament for about 2 years. I can tell you that game is busted beyond belief. Go up against a good Doomsday or a good Black Adam. I use Black Adam. Go up against certain characters in like Arkham Asylum. The match will start and you'll get hit by 2 unblockables straight away because the TVs are unblockable. They don't know what they're talking about. Superman tournament, bro. If you ever gone up against a Cabal or a Kenshi, they want to talk about broken. Mortal Kombat hasn't had a line of logic since the 2D games way back in the arcade. Don't know what they're on about.
Yeah.
Superman has a full screen overhead. Unreactable super. What are you doing about that? If you're ducking, you just got hit.
Yeah, and I think
that game broke.
I think the thing of it is that like my biggest frustration with this game, and where I'm at right now, like I like it to an extent, but like man, this December wait for this patch is gonna be hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like tomorrow I'm playing Multiverses. If that shit slap, I'm sorry, I might not get Sparking for like another 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm okay.
I'm waiting for I'm waiting for next year.
I mean, I'm always down to play nothing up.
Rebirth the souls on the way.
I know. Look. I feel you. A lot of people like that.
I do want to comment on what's the name said. Rara said about like them simplifying things. And I brought it up. I think I brought it up to Yaya and Arrow about a week or so ago. I was like, arena fires are doing the weird thing that I know gaming is doing in general, but specifically within like the last year or so, it's been a really big push in fighting games of like simplifying fighting games because people are saying like they're too hard. But arena fighters has always been that subsection of the category where they're always by design made to be simple for people to pick up and play. So I don't understand why they did it. They did it with Storm Connections, and they did it with Sparking Zero so far. Where it's like they simplified the games even more. When I was like, we don't need to do this because they're already easy to pick up, and so it just makes a lot of things about the games, since they're really easy to do now, they make it very annoying. Like, I don't know who in their mind thought in Storm Connections that your chakra charging on its own was a good idea.
I think they're just trying to make the game like more appealing to first-time fans and stuff. I know when like Sparking Zero was having that. I know that's the problem though, especially with the game communities you're talking about. Like Dragon Ball has a very casual fan base. Same with Naruto. Like they're just trying to get more people to buy the game, I think, and then they'll worry about patching it and fixing it later because once they sell the first batch of copies, it's like, all right, whatever.
That ain't working out for them, bro.
We don't even know this hard confirmed, and it hurts to say this. Storm Connection is probably the worst selling Storm game in the series.
I hope.
Because we don't even know if it sold 1 million. Like he said, I hope.
Oh my gosh.
A big thing too, just to add on what Soul said, is they make these games and they make them and design them for first-time players, and they completely throw out the window what made their original first-time players love the game to begin with.
Yeah, it's Cosmo. Because what I loved about Tenkaichi was that for an arena fighter.
What's good, y'all?
What I loved about Tenkaichi so much, especially 2 and 3, is just like those games when you actually play them against really good players at high level. For those games had depth. And if you said those games didn't have depth, you just weren't playing against the right people and such. It's just like, even in this game, being in the stepping zone, it just feels ugly. Because in Budokai Tenkaichi 2, I used to just be moving around the screen, just vibing, having the time of my life, man.
Yeah,
bro. I want to say, go ahead.
No, I think Creeps was about to say something.
Oh, what's funny is that I don't know if any of you saw my tweet, but a week ago, I think I said I'm working on a feedback document with a bunch of pro Tenkaichi players and other members of the community, right? We already have 7 pages of feedback. Bandai fortunately did see that tweet; they liked it. So a lot of the changes that we want, fortunately, happen to just be simple value changes in the game's code.
Oh.
We know that because my friend Cherry Annams did make changes, and I want to show you guys something that Yaya actually did see already.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with the old Tenkaichi games, are you familiar with the Dragon Dash cancel by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's not possible in Sparking Zero, but after changing a couple values in the game's code, we were able to achieve this. That was just a couple value changes, and you can do that by just changing the game's code.
I'm about to look at this tweet.
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet earlier.
Where'd you send
Really?
See, oh, yep. This is nostalgia for me. That's good, man.
Yep. And we have 7 pages of straight feedback of a document that hopefully they can see because they like the tweet that I posted. And if you guys have any, we will be publishing that document publicly, like probably sometime this week, maybe later this week, just to get like the community's reaction to it. If anybody else has feedback to add on to it, once it is published, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do it because I would love to help on that.
And given that it'll be public, Bandai will have access to it too. So we would just. I know there is the argument that Sparking doesn't need to be exactly like Tenkaichi 3, but to be honest, it does. It has to be. It needs to be closer to what it was before because the game is extremely mechanically broken right now. We need the game to feel better. It doesn't feel great right now. It feels janky at times. It feels unresponsive at times. Most of which is okay offline. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the jankiness and combos being dropped isn't really an offline issue. It's the way the game's coded online that I find a lot of issues arise. I don't know how fixable that will be, but at the very core of the game, the mechanics can be tuned very easily through values we've seen. Like changing the step and barrier radius, that's a value. Or changing the rate at which dragon dashes go, that's just a single value. Or changing the way your character follows the opponent after doing a dragon dash, that can be changed by a single value. So, stuff like that. A lot of that stuff can be very easily changed. Other stuff, relating to like super counters, adding whiff cooldowns and stuff, that'll probably require new implementations. One thing that Just Solid actually added to the document was adding character bouncing. So like in Tenkaichi 3, if you dragon dash behind the opponent while they were in their knockback phase, they would bounce off of you, and you can extend combos that way. Or in Tenkaichi 3, another thing they could do is bounce characters off of walls and doing wall combos and stuff too. That's just not possible in Sparking. So stuff like that will probably require more implementations. But in general, if you guys, I'll do this really quick. I'll post the incomplete document in the chat for you guys to just view. And if you guys want to just like go through a couple things, feel free to. It's very much incomplete. Just know that there are a lot of more input is going to be added later on, at least sometime this week. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how things develop for sure. I think most of the stuff we're asking for is relatively reasonable because it's mostly mechanics. I did add a section for my feedback under content for things that are not necessarily like restricted to gameplay. Stuff like adding stages and stuff, that's kind of like obvious stuff. I did add, hey, if you're gonna have us disable anime tracks in the settings, turn off limit break, please. Please turn off limit break. That shit gets copyright striked immediately, bro. But yeah, stuff like that. We have feedback from Solid. We have feedback from Grandmaster Hawk. We have a bunch of other competitive players from the Tenkaichi scene. People from the Japanese scene. From the Western scene. Just in general, things we've gathered, and we're still adding to it. We have 7 pages so far.
No, this is great.
This is great. Funny enough, when he showed me like some older gameplay for like Sparking, and it was able to show like you would do.
And another person actually mentioned that in the document itself. Mo Piccolo actually added that in the document.
Yeah, Mo. Yeah.
That in the older builds you could do it, but you can't anymore. So just general stuff in terms of gameplay is what we focused on. I did touch upon content briefly in the document, in terms of like bringing new stages, costumes, or accessories in the game, or like adding soundtracks from the older games because they're not plagiarized. At least Tenkaichi 2 and 3 weren't plagiarized tracks. Tenkaichi 1 was plagiarized tracks, but stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna be publishing this stuff probably sometime this week. Just so we can get more feedback from the community. Maybe if there's something that is widely discussed that people don't want us to put in the document that we actually did add in the document, we can take that into consideration as well before we send this off.
You know what we'll never see, but I want it so bad, and it's because I'm an absolute meathead. I wish we would get Bruce Faulkner's score, bro. I wish.
Oh.
It'll never happen because of the copyright stuff and all that, but
yeah. You could probably just install a mod.
Yeah, but I'm I mainly play on console. The mod stuff is just I know there's plenty of people out there that are like that's all they want. Some Hell's Bells, man.
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or anything, just based on that.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading my bad. I'm reading the feedback, and now it makes sense why supers don't come out after you knock people away, because the game inherently built in negative edging. Oh my god. I didn't even think about that being a console until I read the feedback form. So on button
what?
release, so you know in Mortal Kombat with like combos where it releases on off the button like negative edge inputs,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you can't just do like for example, like if you win a Vanish War and you knock somebody away, you don't instantly get the super if you want to go chase them out on a rush or ultimate. Like you gotta wait a couple seconds to do it, right? It's because it's registered on button release and we can't turn it off.
Oh, it's not
So
on
that's
that.
why that happens then. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm reading the feedback and it says that this messes up the delay button press and forces an attack to come out when the intention of the player is not to attack sometimes. Yeah, and then sometimes when you're like fighting somebody or like you get close and you're even not even holding the button because you're holding it and then it'll release earlier and it gives them the chance to get the perception. And sometimes it tricks the game. See, now everything's making sense. Because now I know, like, when you're behind somebody, what Jay brought up earlier, they turn around in 360 and get a perception off. And now you're sort of like, how did he do that? And it's because the game is registering the charges or the power smashes as you're releasing it when you're really not. You're trying to let go of it earlier. Okay. There's a lot wrong with the...
So much more sense.
Yeah.
We did initially think we should maybe suggest them doing an update to add rollback, but that would require them to build the multiplayer from the ground up, and that's just not a reasonable ask, at least at this stage.
Yeah.
So I ended up removing that from some of the feedback we got. Other than that, yeah, most of this stuff I think is pretty universally agreed on, especially because a lot of this stuff was put into the feedback form after looking at the game's code. After we realized, hey, they're intentionally like, I can't find the better word for this. They're intentionally edging us from doing the things we really want to do in this game. Like if you go all the way back up, I kind of mentioned, hey, you should remove key consumption for short dashes. In NNID 3, movement was as nice as it was because it didn't restrict you at all. In Sparking 0, if you short dash like 3 times, that's all you're gonna get. you can't
unless you
short
pick
dash
a speed character.
Yeah, unless you pick a speed.
Right, yeah, exactly. And I feel like short dashing should not be restricted behind key consumption. I just think it makes the movement so underwhelming.
And that's why you don't really see anybody like trying to do like any flank tech or anything in this game, because it's just like you gotta worry about so much of your key in this game because you gotta worry about like instant spark and everything to where like you can't really do that in this game.
Exactly. And then mechanics to bring back would be like, because you know how you can jump and do key blasts, or you can jump and do a smash attack to hit your opponent down? That's only restricted to jumping in this game. And in Tenkaichi 3, you could do that stuff while flying. So that stuff we've kind of requested to bring that stuff back from Tenkaichi 3. And those wouldn't even really need implementations. You would just need to make it so that you can do it while flying, because that's already in the game. Stuff like that. Another thing that I kind of would like to mention that I had complained about since Anime Expo, because I played the game at Anime Expo for the first time. Rush smashes are extremely delayed, so you can't combo off of rush smashes at all. In Tenkaichi 3, you could incorporate rush smashes between combos, or if you wanted to end a combo with like a rush smash, you could. But in this game, that's almost impossible with how delayed they come out. So we a bunch of us kind of asked for either reduce that delay or remove it completely, because it makes the combat a little less varied. It feels like, I think I mentioned this earlier, it feels like they added too many defense options where the offensive options just feel so restricted in this game at this point. So we're just trying to make the offense a little more viable and maybe tone down the defense stuff, because defense is, I hate to say it's just too good. It sounds really counterintuitive for me to say that, but your first instinct to defend should not be perception. It should be to guard.
Yeah, everyone is playing like almost. I feel like every ranked battle I've seen, especially with like Dom in them, is like it is a defensive fight from the beginning to end.
Right.
It's not anyone being offensive, and if they are being offensive, they're being careless usually.
Right. Yeah. And that is kind of the thing about fighting games. You have to have good defense and offense, right? You can't just defend over and over and over. You're not going to get anywhere. Because if you see the quote unquote pro matches for Sparking 0, it's just 20 super counters in a row.
That shit is trash.
And that's not to say like I'm not trying to discredit their skill. It does.
Yeah,
take
no.
skill,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
agree, yeah.
you're adding no consequences to using these defensive options because they're just so free, right?
Especially when they're in sparking and like you're playing like a character that has key blast, and if you get behind them, there's nothing you can do about it most of the time anyway.
Right.
It hurts my soul that like the game devolves to like once you get behind them to just constantly do sweep to mix up the timing so that it essentially tries to guarantee you as much damage as possible.
Mhm.
And it's like once the game gets to that point, like we're watching Love Glob people putting on an event, but when they got to the grand finals and that's all that shit was, that and super counters, I cut that shit off.
Hey man, gotta counter super counter somehow.
Yeah,
Dom sweet Dom Q took it from you, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
told
Q
look, I was there. I was like,
He beat you to it. He beat you to it.
I'm
bro.
sorry, man. I credited the wrong person in my video. I credited Q.
So Creeps, there's definitely something I want to add to the document because it's something I wanted in Tenkaichi for a long time. I want online practice for this game because like I feel like that will help everybody in this game, honestly.
Online practice. So like you want to trade with your friends.
Yeah.
bro, if I get access, there's a lot of I will put images in it too, but there's a lot of smaller quality of life things that will help the game out a lot that I didn't see in the document, like control schemes, the button mapping. Now that I know negative, he's already talked about it, but now like it just. I'm like, damn, I really was playing Arena Fighter Mortal Kombat for the past month, huh? Like, I'm like blue. Like, I'm like actually like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, now it makes sense.
What we kind of mean by the games, the characters are the least of our worries, really.
Yeah, I don't really care about the characters like that. Like,
well, hold on now.
Okay, Gogeta's damage.
Not even Gogeta. Let's take a look at Mastered Ultra Instinct. All right, for a little bit, you know.
I understand you, but I do think that again a lot of the game's issue does fall around the core system, like the core systems itself. They clean up the core systems. The game is a lot more tolerable and more than likely be a lot more enjoyable than what it is right now.
Right. I want. If any of you have the game open right now, I want you to go to practice mode real quick. All right. Do any of you have it open right now by any chance?
I can boot it up the fastest.
All right. Now tell me. So we were all in agreement that the movement system feels really restricted, right?
Yeah.
I want you to go engage settings and make sure your key is max.
All right.
And do short dashes then. Hell, spam them. Spam short dashes. That shit feels right. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit feels right.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Try that. I want you to put your key gauge to the max and try moving around. It makes a world of difference. It really does.
I mean, that's how I do it this bro.
The only thing I really want for this game is like I kind of want like a limitation mode for this game to where like everybody starts off with the same health and the same stats for a mode.
Well, that's what I brought up.
Because I feel like for singles, especially because that's what I play.
Well, you got item. Okay, apparently, people are like, you know what? Just use the damn items, bro. All right, cause like, I get you. Like, I would rather just be a competitor mode. Everybody equal health. All I need is the health. I don't care about the damage at that point.
Ain't them same niggas put the items on and still have more health than you?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
A limitation mode or something.
I wouldn't mind a limited ranked mode. I think that would be a good idea.
I don't even think it's much to ask that in ranked that all characters should have like 2 or 3 health bars. We'll say 3.
No, get everybody 4, bro.
Well, whatever you want. I don't think that's much of a hard, especially when characters already do very damage. There's already characters that are very noticeably better than a lot of others. I don't think it's a hard ask to ask that everybody has equal health.
Cause you know what I'm scared of as you say that? I'm scared of when the DLC come out, right? And like, unless they skill sets is trash, like y'all saying diamond at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if Glorio a 3 DP unit, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like I'm gonna actually crash out. Cause he Arrow smiling, but he know if he ain't got the tool set, I'm gonna actually be mad. He need to be broke. They need to make me want to play with Daima. You know what I'm saying? Daima Goku already horrible, right? Like, come on, bruh. I don't know. I just feel like I just hope they figure out that they know the state of the game. And people getting too touched. Either games can last 60 seconds or they last 10 minutes, depending on the mode you play. So,
I'm just want to add something. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon.
yeah, go ahead.
Just want to add one thing. The thing that's put me off the most in this game is the rage quitting and not being awarded any points, especially when you're playing DP and you spend like 10 minutes fighting the androids and then they quit. It seems to be something that Bandai has been guilty of for most of their games. They've done this in Tekken as well. And if you're putting forward the documents to them, I don't know how realistic it is, but fixing ranked mode is important. It's completely put me off the game. It put my brother off the game. My cousin stopped playing it because of that. I can only imagine it's put more people off the game, and it's created this culture where players just feel incentivized to dip because there's no real consequences. Harada's been banning people on Tekken for like a year now, and it hasn't worked. Low tier God comes back the other day. So it's like, it's a waste of time. They need to award people their points.
And I know, Mike, because I play Tekken as well. So like, and I made a video about Tekken too because Lord have mercy.
Yeah, in the neck, man. Honestly, it's horrible. Like I've been like one match away from like Tekken God Supreme, and then they rage quit. And I've given up now.
I believe it, man.
But yeah, boys, I'm gonna leave it there. I need to be up for work in the morning.
Yep.
Got you.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah, all right. So
Much love, bro.
much love, Mike. Thank you for coming through.
No, it's
Yeah, but I think we pretty much covered everything about Sparking that I want to talk about tonight. I think the game will be in a fine state. Hopefully, the December patch shakes things up the way it's a December patch. They're making us wait a minute. Hopefully, it's worth it. That's the last thing I can say. But until then, I understand why people are acting the way they acting with the game personally. So, everybody, we're gonna start with Arrow to King. So, we signing out. So, what can they find you, man?
You can find me on YouTube at Aeronage, AERONAGE. I'm also on Twitch and Twitter. It's all the same thing. It's just Aeronage. And yeah, stay determined.
Yeah. What's up, Rara? What can they find you, bro?
You can look me up. I'm pretty much Rara Toman on everything. RARATOMAN. And on YouTube, it's just Rara, but you probably have to add like Sparking Zero or something to find me. I'm down there.
It's okay. You gonna get up there. Don't worry. You gonna get up there.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate you having me out, man.
Yeah, much love. What's up, Soul? What you doing? Go ahead, do your thing.
All right, y'all can find me at Soulless Soul, SOLESSSOL. Again, playing mostly Sparking Zero and definitely Rebirth of Souls when that drops. I'm a big fighting game person too, so you can find me anywhere with at Soulless Soul on all platforms. And yeah.
Or I had to get the yawn out the way. I know you was. I just had to. I was yawning and I like okay, cause I'm muted and I didn't want to have a yawn. Go be like, all right, creeps. Like okay, but what's up, creeps? What can they find you, man?
So my name is Creeps, ARECREEPS. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, pretty much everywhere. You just gotta find Creeps. You can see my profile picture on the bottom left. That's what I have on pretty much everything. But yeah, I make Sparking Zero content primarily.
Okay. All right, Jay. What's going on? What you been on? What you been doing?
All right, so y'all can find me on YouTube and on Twitter, and the way you spell my name is JAITIY. And Sparking Zero, I'm gonna be on this game a lot. So if y'all want to see anything Sparking Zero related, y'all, I'm the person to watch, man.
We're gassed out of frustration.
All right. What up, category? Tell people where they can find you, man.
Not much, but yeah, at no category YT on all platforms. NOCATEGORYYT. Yeah, mostly Sparking Zero content right now, but as more games come out, I'll definitely be covering those. I know Bleach I'm gonna play. I don't know how serious I'll be, but you know, definitely some more games. Might even throw some like Black Ops 6 Zombies on there because that's pretty mindless content. But
Hell yeah.
yeah.
And last but not least, King Cosma. For people that don't know, I think the X represents Summer Wars in Cosma, so that's pretty dope. But regardless, I might be capping. What's up, bro? Where can they find you at?
I think he's still on mute.
That man sleep. I think he gone. He gone.
You know what's funny is he said in the chat earlier, BRB. I just think he never came
He
back.
No, I ain't gonna lie. One time I did that on stream. It was so funny. I think it was around when like Rebirth came out. I was like, hey, yo, I gotta go get my phone charger. And I touched the bed. It was GG. And I woke up and I was like, damn, the stream been on for like 2 hours, bro. I was like, it was GG. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah. To do the brother a favor, that is King Cosma. Was it XING?
Yeah.
KAZMA. I know he's mostly streaming on Twitch a lot of times, playing Sparking all the time, and
he plays RPGs too. Yeah,
RPGs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all looking for anything, especially good entertainment, and you looking for somebody that's always blasting rock and anime music during their stream, you looking for good ass vibe. Vibes will always be locked in on a good ass time.
Yeah. He be chilling. So that being said, thank y'all for coming out to the Sparking Talk Live. I couldn't think of nothing cooler to call it yet. I don't know. I just saw Jimmy Kimmel in my recommended, and I was like, that's what I'm calling.
Before we finish, Perfect Legend came in with that BS.
Wait, what Perfect Legend slay, bro?
Oh my
Super
god.
What'd he say, bro? Hold on.
It's about buff super counter.
That's what he said.
Bro, all right, PL. Bro, PL, bro. Listen. I love that. I love how you feel about it, but it's boring to look at, fam. That's my thing, bro. It's boring to look at. Like,
it's boring to look at, bro.
I think Tenkaichi 3 because it was so hard to do.
Oh,
right?
we didn't miss him at Storm.
We never talked
skip
about
intros. Give us the ability to skip intros.
oh yeah.
Especially on the second and third, at least.
Yes. But I feel you.
The dialogue too. I'm not gonna lie. Like for those second and third matches, I'm not trying to hear them say the same thing either.
Like, no, you know what be taking me out? Like sometimes I'll queue up and I'll know who it is instantly, and I might not even be looking at the game, and it'll be like, Gohan, fight me, I'm trying to kill you. And I've heard that so much in the last month. I'm like, that's the only line he got?
Yeah.
Like, okay, but yeah. Make sure y'all check out everybody on their socials. I didn't want to keep it on for too long. You know it's getting late. So thank y'all for coming through. You can find them on the respective YouTube channels, and the link to everybody will be in the description, chat, and other places down below. So thank y'all for coming through. So again,
Thank you for having us.
Yep. Much love. Hey. Okay. Wrong button. So, did y'all enjoy that? How y'all feel? This man said, "Put this up on the screen." Oh yeah, I still got to put Dom thing on the screen. Hold on. How y'all feel? How y'all feeling? He said, "What's good? What's up, Shaolin style? What's popping? What's good? He said, "Yaya, watched my clip on the stream. I just got here. We've been on for like 3 hours, bro. Cool. I enjoy my guy. Oh, you big mad. Your name is hilarious. I'm gonna put it up. Let me see. I'm gonna download it. Yeah, but like I agree with you, Perfect Legend. Like I don't want them to just nerf the shit to nerf it, but like it is boring. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute my music. Just to watch your super counter clip. Oh, watch your clip. Hold on, let's see what Dom doing. One. Let's count the super counter, chat. I'm not gonna say a number. Hear me out, chat. I'm not gonna say a number, okay? Count the super counter chains, and we're gonna guess afterwards. I'm gonna keep it in my head though. All right, I give up, bro. You got it. You got the world record. That's if I see somebody do this on rank, bro, I'm turning the stream off. Like I'm turning the video off. Because if you hit me with, I could probably do 2 right. I don't get how to do. I'm gonna be honest. I don't hate super count as much as most people because I'm very inconsistent at doing it right now. But watching it back and forth like this, I just got mad tired. I was like, damn, he did that shit that many times. Like, that's how I feel. So, but yeah, you cooked. You definitely got the world record because that shit crazy. You did that for 60 seconds. That's a YouTube short, bro. That's a whole YouTube short. So, yeah. He said fix all the whining. Looks like a Dragon Ball. I legit want a whiff cooldown. I think it's godlike. I know you think it's godlike, PL. I know how you feel about fighting games right now. You and my homie, y'all ain't seeing the same way with it. Even though I don't agree with you on it, I can see your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not wrong at all. So that's my huge thing about it. Yeah. I don't know with you. Let's see, but I'm going to send y'all to Tricky. She's playing Tekken. I'll be back maybe tomorrow for multiverses. I don't know. It just depends. He said there isn't a problem with super counter itself, in my opinion. I understand. Like, I don't want them to change how it works, but it could go on forever. That's the big problem I have with super counter. Like, so where can I join the Discord? Oh, it should be did Nightbot not work? I think it's funny y'all don't like seeing the same animation. Anything that repeats, y'all are like, nah. I don't think it's the case. It's the idea of, like, okay, in Street Fighter, right? Like Evo moment number 37, it's perfect length. Like, it goes on enough, it stops, continues. Here, it feels like, you know what it feels like? You have ever played like Hood Uno, and then like you be like reverse, back to you, back to you, back to you, back to you, skip, I'm out. Like, it's like that, but like longer than that. Why not just add mana to add step to optimize to you? Wait, add step to optimize the use versus super count. Yeah, if they let step rush in, sway, fight super count, we'll be cool. I'll be cool with it. Also, if you're getting hit by super counter because you want to do square, you need to start adding steps to your strings. BT3 made it so you only had 2 options. Vantage was a double-edged sword. Yeah. Make the only other way a double-edged sword so the proper method is hard. They got a lot to do with this game. We came to realization this game is Sonic Forces. I mean that in the best and worst way possible. Thank y'all for all the raids. Shout out to Kada. Shout out to Vox. I appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to everybody that's been cooking over there, you know, doing y'all thing. I appreciate all of y'all right now. So there's that. But right now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably gonna send y'all to somebody. I'm gonna send the Twitch viewers. Thank y'all YouTube viewers for watching. You say Tekken 8 or Sparking Zero? If you had to ask me right now which one I pick, I'd rather play Tekken. Yeah, I'd rather play Tekken. I can't lie to y'all. I'd rather play Tekken. Tekken Heat pisses me off because the way he is in Tekken reminds me of V-Trigger. Like the way people use it pisses me off. I can't lie, this game is tough. People just expecting it to be handed to them. There's some little things that need changing, but still, I understand Infinite Azure, but like, there's a lot of things that, to me, it doesn't feel like Tenkaichi. He said, Yaya said he wants to hold plus frames and unblockables. You play my friend Neox and Little, you would rather play Sparking. I fought worse people, and I fought like Miles and them. I think I'm okay. Like, and then the thing is with Tekken is that like I'm new to it. Rather it's like Sparking. I played the old one. Yeah. Neox? Who is Neox? I don't know who Neox is. Who the hell is Neox? Let me see. So a storm was popping. That's a Lydia. I ain't scared of no Leah as an OG who practice with the 5, Tekken 6 Evo champs. Can't wait for it. Anyways, good stream, and I'm hosting an offline Sparking Zero tourney on Friday. That's hard. That's a hard battle for me. I don't know. Personally, I'm waiting on Hunter x Hunter. You gotta understand, Tenkaichi didn't really have online. Like, y'all keep saying Tenkaichi didn't have online. The third one had online. If you played it on PS2, you wouldn't experience it. But I played Tenkaichi 3 online. The Wii version. I know you're not going to know more. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm not saying anyone to come for offline, just saying I can't wait to record it. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Yeah. I never said it didn't have online, but I mean the online wasn't really in demand like that. Most people play with friends up front. Okay, yeah, but for me, I could tell you that just because a game don't get online doesn't excuse that the game fundamentally plays differently. There's a lot of things in BT3 that just made sense that in Sparking it doesn't. I played BT3 on both, bro. Actually, we had BT3 when it came out. Yeah, but that's my stance with it. Elmo's world, Elmo's world. Oh my god, thank you for the follow. Much love. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Nah, bro, keep asking gotta go. I mean, like, yeah, the game is made, which is funny, PL. Your problem with modern fighting games is apparent in Sparking. But since you didn't play the other versions like that, you don't get why a lot of people saying the latter, right? Pick on the go. What's up, Azure? Just give me pick on. Yeah. Honestly, they bogus for not putting Super 17 in the game. I want Android 21. Honestly, they could shut me the hell up. Just give me Beast Gohan. That's all I want. I think it's the only thing about Super that I really like right now, like outside Ultra Instinct. I don't want Android 21 on Spark. Why? Why does it hurt you that people want Android 21 in the game? They putting whack ass Diamond in the game. Yeah, I said it. Diamond be pissing me off. Like, we're gonna see Have y'all watched Diamond both chats, both Twitch chat, YouTube chat? Let me know before I say this. I get it, but he say, nah, bro, I don't understand that. I guess. He say, wackest character ever. Why? What's wrong with Android? I've never heard this. What's wrong with Android 21? There's nothing cool about Android 21. The one with the lab coat one? Or are you saying that from Fire? Like, yeah, what you talking about? Now, if we talking Margin 21, okay. You say lab coat ruined DBFZ. Okay, DBFZ was garbage from the jump. That ain't got nothing to do. That is not my problem. I'm ending the YouTube stream. I'll see y'all later. All right.